Welcome everyone back to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Sodacast, and today we have another guest on. And I actually know this one personally from high school. So, Dewey, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I was stuck like that the whole time. I'm Dewey.
Oh God, Dewey, you are a man, bro. I give everyone an introduction. Tell everyone who you are.
All right, I'm Dewey. I knew Soda Boy in in high school. That man, oh my God, what a noodle.
You're calling me a noodle because of what I used to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dewey, I know it's been a little while since you and I actually talked kind of face to face. Because the last time,
Right.
people of the channel might actually be familiar with you because you actually were a part-time mod. I believe a year and
What's
a half ago.
part-time mod? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I had my little Discord kittens.
Hey, yo, pause. People already think I'm fucking weird like that, man.
Oh, really?
They're gonna think
Oh
they're gonna think
God.
you're part of that batch now too.
Oh shit.
Oh
No.
God, great job on the Discord kittens, man.
No.
But
But no, that was cool. That was fun. Everyone in the soda community is so silly and goofy.
oh yeah, man, no doubt. Everyone's just a fucking wacko. Everyone's just a fucking
Yeah.
idiot.
It's like anybody could fit in here.
Oh yeah, it's just for straight goofballs. Like you don't take that shit too seriously.
Yeah.
But
It's like, what are you watching in class? I'm watching Soda
oh
play
my
with
God, no.
marbles.
I'm waiting for someone to say that they're watching me in class. That's just gonna be a fucking mess. Oh God. Why did you get detention? The kid's gonna go home to their parent. Why did you get detention? Oh, I was watching Sodacat, my favorite streamer in class. Oh my God, bro.
I'm playing with balls.
Oh, stop. Oh my God. But Dewey, so as per tradition, uh
Hmm.
I always like to
Yes.
start off my podcast by myself bringing on a soda, which I'll go ahead and mention. I'll start off. I
All right.
brought on just a standard cherry Coke. I'm pretty sure I already did that on a previous podcast episode, but
Hmm.
I always like to have every guest. As you know, I harassed you like 3 or 4 times to bring a soda. And
Hmm.
so far, I've had two other people on the podcast so far. First one brought some like bullshit European soda that wasn't really a soda. And then the second
Damn.
guest brought on like a fucking energy drink. So please tell me that you're about to be a real man and bring on a real soda, please. Please.
This is awkward. This is very awkward. First of all, I like to tell everyone I am the mayor of Roku City that you see back here. In Roku City, we don't have a lot of sodas. Um, Only because it's like, we try to be healthy. We try to, feed these little robot guys all their fuel. So we have to sacrifice the soda to like actually fuel these things that you see floating around right now. But my so things get a little weird from we try to mix things up. Like, there's no soda. Oh my God, what are we gonna drink? So in Roku City, we actually just, decided to like step outside our comfort zone, step outside the box, and drink Louisiana hot sauce.
What the fuck? Yo, you're kidding. You're kidding. Are you
Yeah.
kidding right now? Did you actually bring on hot sauce as a drink? Oh my God. For
Mm.
everyone listening to the podcast, this man actually just took a shot of hot sauce. What kind of hot sauce was that again?
Oh, this is Louisiana, baby.
Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah, we get it straight shipped from Louisiana to Roku City.
Oh my God. Okay, so now I have to ask. So
Mhm.
first off, you definitely fit in as perfect as a moderator and into the Soda Cat community. Definitely with that fucking choice of drink. But it is also fucking tradition, I guess. Why Louisiana hot sauce out of all drinks?
I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Mhm.
First, I should have not taken that shot because now my stomach's feeling weird. Like I might die. Number two, it just happened to be next to me at this time. My actual favorite drink is actually root beer.
Okay, thank God. Oh, thank God.
They were just all improv guys.
You scared the fuck out of me, man. I was legitimately terrified. You actually took a real shot of it. It's not empty, right?
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
that's real.
Oh my God. Oh, you're gonna be feeling that
That's
soon,
real.
man. I'm not sure if you
I
get
already
gassy.
do. My stomach started bubbling. They was like, "Why did you do that? There's nothing in your stomach but hot sauce now."
Are you like me? Because like myself personally, I get gassy. I know this is a little personal, but I get gassy like when I have
What?
like spicy.
I no. I just have to take a mean dump,
I feel that. I
and
feel that.
sometimes it be like it goes into the next day.
That shit gets radioactive. Like quite literally,
Yeah,
that
it's like I gotta take a
shit.
break from spicy food because my booty hole cannot take it.
Spicy food tastes good though, man. It's so
Yes,
frustrating.
I would take that risk every time though. So I'm
But
gonna take a sip of this.
yeah, go for it. Now, I'm curious as you open it up because there's multiple different kinds of root beers. And now, in case
Mm,
you aren't aware, the soda community. I'm not talking about like Soda Cat myself, like my community, but just the general soda community and especially the root beer community is very very split. Like I know like there's A&W, the one that you
uh,
have, and then there's
yeah.
Mug. Why did you pick A and
Uh,
W? I have to
well,
ask.
honestly, mug is very hard to find in like general stores.
Hmm.
Really, is it? You have to go to like you could probably find it at Family Dollar or Aldi's or something.
Yeah, it's like the
But I
bud
usually
soda.
see A&W. But like, yo, it hits.
Hmm.
Mug hits. I like both. I have to now we have to I have to come back on the podcast and we have to do like a root beer taste of like a bunch of root beers. Like hot ones but root beer.
So
Uh
a little fun fact for you. I know that because of course you're definitely I want to say probably what the biggest Soda Cat fan. Yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah. Because you definitely have watched every single other episode of the podcast, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
am up to date. I actually transcribed all of them.
Ah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. I set that as your
You
job.
told me to do that. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I did it. with no pay.
So in the last episode of the podcast, the guy that actually he was a friend of mine that I used to work with. His name is Rafiq, and I actually tried to physically bring him here, and then the whole entire thing crashed because I have a shitty little old 2015 laptop. So I've always wanted to do a podcast episode where I have someone physically here. I want to physically bring guests. And I know that you don't live too far from me. Don't worry, I'm not going to dox you, but I wanted to actually physically bring
We're
you
both
on
in
for an episode.
UK.
Hey, bro, please stop. We're not in made up areas, man. We're not in made up areas.
You're right.
And the Soda
We're in
Cats,
Colorado.
stop. Don't disrespect me like that. But, yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
I would eventually love to bring you onto the podcast. I want to have it where, like, we kind of have, like, a round table here of, like, multiple people that already have been and new people to come onto the
Yeah, that'd be
podcast.
funny.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, that'd
fucking
be
lit.
cool. That'd
So, I
be
mean,
a little wacky episode.
oh, bro, that'd be fucking
It can be a
wild.
charity stream. That'd be fun.
But now, Dewey, obviously, do you want me to call you Dewey or do you want me to call you by
Yeah,
like technical
Dewey's
name?
fine.
Okay, okay.
Dewey's cool.
So, I know that you and I have known each other since pretty much high school, right? I think that's where we met. We didn't go
Yeah.
to the same middle school.
Dude, did we meet in sophomore year or junior year?
I think we
We
met
didn't
in.
meet freshman year.
No, we definitely didn't meet freshman year. You would beat the fuck out of me. I was cringe as fuck. But I want you in your own words. How would you describe how you were, like how we met, if you kind of remember, and then how would you describe how we were in high school together?
I don't remember how we freaking met. Wait, I do actually.
You do remember? Oh God.
It came back to me. We met in freaking Miss Plunkett class.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God, Photoshop. Do not let this man get
Oh,
Photoshop.
that's right. Oh my God. Was that sophomore year?
I think so,
That was.
bro.
Oh my God, bro. Bro, that was fucking wild. I know exactly what you're talking
Wait,
about.
was it? I think it was junior year, maybe.
It was either sophomore or junior, but I do remember Miss
Because I
Plunkett.
remember taking senior year as well.
But no, 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 no. But remember, in our senior year, we didn't do
Oh,
we didn't do Photoshop. We did in that class. For everyone that's listening, in that class, that was a multimedia class. And thing is, the teacher there taught Photoshop, video editing, like a little bit of After Effects, if I'm not mistaken, and like probably like a few other things. But I remember me and D'Angelo originally did Photoshop. And then in our senior year, we decided to do like the video production stuff. It was like Adobe Premiere is what we were learning.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you just mentioned, because I'm still trying to figure out how exactly we met and what we did in Photoshop. I don't remember the project. Do you remember the exact project?
No, but there were so many. You would just become so unhinged and just do whatever. I think you passed every time, but it was like he's so unhinged.
Yeah, because she you gotta remember, she was so loose on the rules. Like she would say like use this tool and like
she was so clearly uncomfortable though every time she came over to me.
Bro, listen, I was not self-aware at that point. I was completely unself-aware. We gotta be honest, like if I was not on any drugs in high school, but I might as well have been. I was on some kind of mental crack, man. Whenever she was like, all right, cool, we're going to go ahead. I want you guys to use like the sponge tool, and I want you guys to go ahead and put like, put yourself in front of like a school building, like Photoshop it, make it realistic. I would do that, but then I would fucking like change the color of my skin and make my head 3 times bigger. I would make it so
it's like, bro, what
weird.
did you learn? Everyone's struggling, and you're like, I'm spinning like a ballerina, just doing whatever you want.
Oh god,
over there,
and
you'll come over to us. Look what I made. I'm done already.
Bro, I felt like, looking back at it, I felt like such a dick because I'd finish like within like the first like 30 minutes, and like we'd have like 2 classes to do the assignment because it was that hard for some of you guys.
Yeah, dude.
Because you guys were new to the program. And I would just, 30 minutes, I'm done. Hey! Oh, you're not, I would just come over to you, be a dick, and be like, you're not using the right tool. This could look a lot better. And bro, I was so judgmental. I was such an ass on that shit.
Yeah. Oh. Miss Plunkett was a great teacher, though, in terms of if you were able to get one-on-ones with her, you would learn it. I'm pretty sure.
You see, I felt like you definitely liked her. I had a different experience with her just because, like, obviously I was a lot weirder of a guy, but like she always talked about my brother and how much more like she liked him. Yeah, dead ass.
I think I remember that. I think she would say that. I remember that. Was like, oh my god, how did you mention it?
She always called me by my last name, and she was like, you're good, but
God, yes, I remember.
It was so weird. Like, I get it. I was a socially awkward guy. Let's be real. I still am a very socially awkward guy, but more so back then. At least I wasn't self-aware back then. Now I am.
Yeah.
But she just did not like me, man. Like, when I did need help, she just did not want to help me. Like, I don't know. But I mean, I know that she was definitely nice with a lot of other people like yourself.
Yeah, I was also in her club or digital media club, whatever it was called. I don't remember.
Okay.
Or was it video? What was it?
Well,
it was something.
No, she didn't have a video club. She only had like the Photoshop stuff because anytime we tried to do video, she kept making us do these Photoshop projects, like so she could get money. If you remember that.
I don't.
You don't remember that? Like we would be like entered into contests, and then like we would like win money if we won or something like that.
There was contests for that, like the basic stuff we were doing.
Like we would enter our Photoshop.
There were side projects, yeah, right?
Yeah, I told you. Yeah, now you're starting to remember it. Like we had to.
Dude, every time you say sentence, I'm like, oh my god, yes, she did do that.
Yeah. Oh my god, man! Like I'm just getting hit with like a.
She was always plotting. She was always plotting. She was like always making announcements for like something.
Oh, she was on.
She's a hustler.
Yeah, she was. She's a hustler, man.
But at the same time, like, yeah, she was right.
Bro, she was on. So
I gotta respect it.
At first, like when back in the day, I was like, oh fuck her, man. Like she doesn't give a fuck. Like all she cares about is money. But now I'm like, yo, she was on that hustle. She was on that mindset, grindset type of shit.
It's like I'm a school teacher. This is not enough.
Which, to be honest, they really don't make enough, man. They really
don't. For real.
But
I understand she can do whatever she wants to get that money. If she want to sell us candy bars every week, be my guess.
Did she actually
at double the price?
Did she sell us candy bars?
No, maybe once, but like I don't think it was her selling it. Maybe somebody else came and like sold it. So I don't know. Maybe I feel like I don't know. I feel like a lot of stuff happened in that class. Like we spent so many hours in there.
Bro, high school was such a weird experience, and it just flew by. I'm not sure about for you, but it did for me.
Yeah, it was all over the place for me because like going from a different state to I just said the names of our high schools.
Don't
Bleep
worry,
that
I'll
out.
bleep it out. I'll bleep it out. But didn't
Yeah.
you? Didn't you? I might be thinking of someone else, but I know I'm probably thinking of this other guy, T. You probably know who I'm talking about. He lives in Georgia. You didn't move from Georgia, right?
No,
Where did you move from?
the grand state of Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, you're a hillbilly. You're a hick.
Yeah, that's why I carry apples in my backpack.
Wait, do you actually? With you
No,
at this point, I wouldn't
I
be
should though.
surprised.
That'd be kind of fire. That'd be kind of fire. The Apple Man.
At this point, I wouldn't
Apple
be
Man.
surprised.
Call me Applejack.
But I mean, let me ask you, man, because obviously you and I have like a long history together, and I want to I want to go ahead and ask you if you actually remember one of the original things that we did together, because you and I, before SodaCat actually came to be, we actually made a video together. Do you remember that?
I remember. We were at your house, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What did we do? What was the video? I think I really enjoyed. It was funny. It was so fun to film it,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember what we did.
I kind of remember the concept. So if you've, okay, be honest. Have you actually watched any of like my SodaCat YouTube channel videos?
I have before.
Do you know the character of Kyle?
No.
Okay, so for everyone that doesn't know, including yourself, I have a character on like my YouTube channel. His name is Kyle. Basically, he talks like this, bro. He's very like much of an asshole. He's like that, just like that gym
Yeah.
bro kind of guy. And like the
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
we did were like, I don't remember if we claimed that we were twins, but you were like the calm, collected one, and I was like the loudmouth. Like we were both like quote unquote
Oh, I'm
lifters.
trying to remember. I'm starting to remember this.
And now it's coming
Ah,
back to you. Yeah. I
it's coming
don't.
back to me a little bit. I forget everything, man. But this was. I remember dying of laughter.
It
It
was
was
fucking
so good.
hilarious because the thing is, I actually did record. Like, I still have it on my old laptop, but
Yeah.
it's everything's corrupted. I'm trying to still recover it to this day.
Um.
But I remember, like, originally us seeing that footage, man, and it was fucking hilarious. We
Yeah.
were fucking
Dude,
goons.
I remember so much stuff happens in high school. It kind of flies by, and some things get pushed under the radar.
Why did we
But
even
that
do
was
that?
that was fun.
Do you remember?
I don't remember, but it was like we were just like, yeah, fuck it, let's just do it.
Bro, high school was mad different, man. Did you play any sports in high school?
I had attempted to try out for soccer, or football, as some of you may say. Um, but I was just like, yo, during the conditioning, I was like, it wasn't even the conditioning that was killing me. It was just like, I don't want. I know I don't want to play this.
Uh huh.
I don't want to play any sports. If I could go back from like middle school, like all the way back to middle school, I would have started playing basketball.
Huh.
Maybe even before that.
You want to tell
I
everyone
think
how tall you are?
I'm 5'4". Like I have no shot in the industry, but I would try. I'm the mayor of Roku City now. I may not be in the league, but I made it here. So maybe if I go back in time and try, maybe I can make it in the league.
I mean, I think that honest to God, you could probably do it. I mean, you look like you can definitely handle some shots, maybe
Yeah,
some back shots. I
some
don't
hot
know.
sauce shots. Oh,
Yeah, I mean the hot shot. Yeah,
uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
mayor of Roku City does not do that, guys. Do not believe the rumors. Um, that is my competition trying to bring me down. It's politics.
Let me ask
Um,
you a good question, right? Because on the
yeah.
terms of like you and like sports, so thing is, I'll be personally honest with you. I follow you on Instagram, and I'm personally, even to this day, like since I've known you, but even to this day, I've been extremely jealous of you for the pure fact of how nice your physique is. I know that might sound a little
Oh,
weird, but like,
no, I hear that a lot actually.
do you
Not no
even work out?
narcissistic stuff. I do a little bit, un poquito. Um, but not like as much. Like I would love to hit the gym, and be like a shredded daddy.
Uh huh.
But I don't. I have a very physical job. Um, and I do I actually like to do the One Punch Man workout. That's like the most I do.
Oh my god.
I don't do it as like I do like I cut it in half, so it's like 50, and I don't run that much. I don't have time,
Hmm.
but that's pretty much what I do.
Okay. Okay. So you do
But it's honestly genetics. I walk. Most of it is from walking. I
okay.
walk everywhere. I don't drive, so I walk everywhere. Um, and I walked as a kid. I walk now. I just do a lot of it. If you just stay consistent with something, even if you don't know you are staying consistent with something because you have no choice but to, uh, it'll help.
But I mean,
Just
still.
consistency is the hardest part of working out.
But I mean, still, I think
I still struggle with it.
what you said originally like does play a big factor. Like you have amazing genetics. Like compared to me, I'm 5'10", tall,
Mhm.
lanky.
Yeah.
Like I put on size. Like back in high school, I weighed in about like freshman year, I weighed in about like 110 pounds. Senior year, I think I weighed in about like 120, 125 pounds. Right now, I'm walking around about 144.
I should be close to you. Like I'm probably like 150.
What? I thought you were bigger. You look like you're
Yeah.
about 160. Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Nah, I'm kind of like working getting on more muscle. Like I my in high school I was 140. Um that's like pure just nothingness. Like no muscle, just air.
You still had amazing
Uh
physique back then too.
yeah, I look back at it, I'm like that was not good. Like look at my now, I'm like this is probably the best I've ever been
Yeah,
in terms of like body health. But I don't know. It's the thing. I'm short. When you're short, it's easy to get the physique. Um, I don't know. I feel like it could be better. It's like it's not the real deal. It's more of like the appearance of it. But if you look close, you're like, he's not really working out, guys. It's
yeah.
just he just have like the cinema appearance,
But just
you
for the
know?
pure fact of like that you don't have to work out in order to even look like average or slightly above average is pretty nice.
Yeah, I will say I enjoy it. You know, sometimes I freak out about it. I'm like, oh my god, I just ate too much. Why did I do that? I'm gonna ruin everything I've worked up for.
Hmm.
You know. So I get this guilt of like or insecurity. Just call it insecurity of like I don't want to ruin what I have. Like I'm getting older, so I just if I want to keep this, I have to try harder. You know,
Of course, of course. Oh yeah, that's
that's just
right.
the reality. Like,
Oh my god, bro. Can you believe? Wait, we've known each other. So we've been out of high school for 6 years?
oh God, minute,
Yeah,
yeah,
5 to 6 years at this point, man, since 2017. And we're almost middle-aged men at this point.
hell
We're
yeah.
not boys, bro. We are
We got
men.
beards now. I mean, you had a beard for a while, but like our beards are developed
Oh
now.
yeah. Well, I mean, even me, like back in high school, like yeah, I was able to grow a beard, but it was a patchy beard. Like my mustache didn't
Yeah,
connect and all that. Like now, your shit looks clean as fuck.
yeah. Look, our yeah.
My
I
shit,
luckily my beard doesn't go. Yours is like manly, bro.
I gotta get
Manly
it
as hell.
trimmed, but yours looks
Mine's is
clean.
just now starting to connect.
I like the mustache though. I like it on you. I like how you have it.
I bet this much, yeah. The only thing is, all my hair
Uh huh.
grows back so fast, dude. It's like, look at that.
For everyone listening to the podcast, Dewey has blonde hair.
Look
Oh,
at
it
that,
looks good.
people.
It looks good. I don't. I'll
Yeah,
be honest with.
I'm a
I'll be. Did you hear me at
black
all or
boy.
no?
No, I heard you.
Okay, so I'll be honest with you, man. I like the blonde hair. I'll be honest though. I don't know if it's the best look. That's just my personal
I think
take.
it's the best
Out of the
look.
do
It's like
out of the Dewey that you
it's
use.
just yeah. I'm kind of getting tired of it.
Uh huh.
It's like my hair has to be cut a certain way. Like it has to be buzz cut. It's getting like I'm seeing it so much that I'm getting tired of it. Did you see my green hair?
I do remember the green hair. It was kind of
I
like
I'm probably gonna go back with green. It was
it,
like very minty shamrock green,
yeah,
bro.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now,
I was messing with it though.
how? Because I think I've known you the longest, like from everyone that's like appeared on stream or on podcasts, on this, on that. Are you? Because I'm not having it yet, but my biggest fear is like I have a great hairline. I like to believe. Like I don't have a receding hairline. I don't have a
Yeah,
big forehead.
yeah, you
How?
actually you do. Yeah, I'm looking at this
Yeah,
now.
yeah. So I'm very
It's nice.
curious. Have you been experiencing that quite yet?
I think I have. Um, I always had like a big forehead, so it's hard for me to tell.
Has your shit
So
been
I was like,
pushed back
is
at all?
it? I feel like it did recently because of like I was first of all he kind of messed up, but it
Oh
grew
yeah.
in, so I didn't really care. Usually he does good,
Yeah.
so it's grown back in now. But these corners right here, I'm like, were they always kind of like that? It looks like they're pushed back, but I have a big forehead. Has it always been like that? I don't know. It most likely has.
Uh-huh.
Let's be honest, because it's like it's better to assume when you get older that it has. If
Yeah.
it's look good and it's like hard to tell, that's just a bonus, just a win. Um,
Would you
but I
go
think
bald?
so.
Would you?
I don't mind it. I cut my hair really low
Uh-huh.
recently, like this year at some point, or maybe the end of last year.
I'm trying to remember.
But I was like, yo, I didn't show it.
I thought
I
I
was like, it
thought
was
I thought
kind
you
of
did
messed up.
show it. I
I
saw
might have
saw
showed
you
it
with the
once, actually,
buzz.
like on my story though.
Okay.
So it wasn't like, look at me, I'm bald.
Yeah.
Um, but I was like, at some point, I kind of got into it because it was kind of like punk rock, and I was like, this is kind of cool.
I could see you
And my
rocking with
dad's
it.
bald. Yeah, so I was like, I'm most likely gonna go bald, but I also used to have like a really long hair when I was a kid,
I
so it can go either way.
You had longer hair in high school, right?
No, I mean
No.
yes, but
Yeah.
like when I talk about like a long hair, like I mean like down my back,
Oh yeah, yeah,
like a
yeah, yeah.
girl's hair, but it was long in high school.
Did you have like a? I'm trying to remember if you had it like up, like you
I had
had
a
that
really
shit.
ugly flat top.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Some
say.
so my hair grew. I was like, my hair grows so weirdly after I cut it when I was a kid, like middle school.
Yeah.
So it started growing like up and like it was just in an awkward phase forever because I just cut it for the first time.
Uh huh.
Maybe I should have just went like straight to a buzz cut or something like that instead of like like cutting it and leaving some. So now it's just like, awkward like this. We went to like super cuts and it did terrible.
Hmm.
Um, but it grew weirdly. So that's why I had that flat top and like I hated that flat. Even when I had the flat top, I hated it.
Yeah.
Because I knew I wanted something cooler. Everyone else had something cooler. Um. I was just clinging on to it because, like, I know, like, anything else would be ugly.
Yeah. I mean,
Regrets. I should have buzzed it.
I feel like always in the moment though, like you always like me like personally right now, like I fuck with the look that I got going on right now. But like a few months ago, I had like a buzz cut. I'm not sure if you saw those photos.
I did.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Thank you, thank you. So I was like, all right, cool. Like at that time, I was like, I fuck with it. Now looking back, and I'm like, ugh. And maybe in a few months,
Really?
and maybe in a few months, so I'll be like, all right, cool. I want to bring back the buzz cut. Maybe I want to go completely bald. It's kind of like I feel like
Yeah.
with that, it's kind of always like an in the moment kind of thing.
Yeah. It's very therapeutic, too,
Oh
when you
yeah.
cut your hair.
Did
You're
you
like,
used to
I'm
have
this
the
guy
long hair?
now. I'm saying?
Did you see me with like the super
Yes,
long
I
hair?
did. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
Dude, you can pull off any look, bro.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. What's your personal preference? What do you think I look best with? I know that makes me sound a little
Um,
narcissistic,
I
but
think right now is the best. Buzz cut
okay.
was dope, but this is like with the beard, that combo going, you look like a freaking video game character. Like
Thank you,
you
bro.
customize it, like I'm gonna make this guy handsome.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Just two handsome men just talking right now.
And kissing.
Oh, you beautiful man. You beautiful
You
man.
guys should you got if you're listening, you gotta watch now.
Oh, now they're gonna be tuning in, man.
It
So
clicks, clickbait, baby.
let's go. Oh, I'm gonna title this my first kiss on
I
the
kissed
podcast.
all right. I
I,
kissed my
I,
third guest.
I kissed a guy and I liked it. That's what I'm gonna title it.
I was just listening to that song yesterday.
I kissed a guy and I like
With
it.
I kissed the girl I liked.
Speaking
Katy Perry.
speaking of girls, I gotta ask you because I know, and if this is a little too personal, you just tell me. We'll change the topic. But I
No,
know
that's fine.
that you had a long time relationship. And now, what I
I
kind
did.
of want to start doing on my podcast, obviously, I like to fuck around, but I kind of want to go for like a Joe. You've watched Joe Rogan podcast, right?
No, I've never watched Joe Rogan.
Have you actually?
Never. I don't think I'm interested.
Oh wow. I've just started
Yeah,
recently watching Joe Rogan like about a year ago. And like I'm already almost
yeah.
200 episodes in. But like what I like about his podcast is he every time he brings on a guest, you always learn something new. And that's kind of the reason why I brought you on. Other reasons, of course, but like I also kind of want you to teach us something. So I have like two topics that I kind of want you to help teach us about. I want to hear about your previous relationship, if you're all right with talking about it. You don't, if you don't
Yeah,
want to,
I'll
that's
be
fine.
vague, but
Yeah.
you know,
And
but
then
informative.
one other topic, which I'm pretty sure you'll know what it is, but we'll get into that in just a few minutes. But
Yes, I think I do.
go ahead and tell us about your history with your ex.
So was we met in high school, end of high school.
Mhm.
It was an interesting relationship. It was, we were interracial. She was white, black.
I thought she was Hispanic.
But no. She
That
was
fucking
Lebanese.
wide eye stare.
Um,
Oh.
she was great. She was honestly a wonderful person and
Mhm.
love her to the death.
Mhm.
To the end of time, she deserves happiness forever.
Mhm.
But, you know, it was great in the beginning, and it was just like you really learn. It was really just a rocky part on my end and my own growth. She was blooming, all forever blooming.
Mhm.
Um, and so towards the end, it was like it was just a crazy, not crazy. That's the wrong word. That's a bad word to use. I was hell bent on remaining who I was and not changing for like a partner who I really cared about, and it bit me in the butt. So you really need to be mature
Uh huh.
when you enter a relationship, and you really have to love yourself first. And I think she was all of that, and I was like not there at all. I didn't get there until it was over. Quite honestly, I don't. I feel like I'm just getting there.
Now,
Hopefully,
I kind of actually want to go back and argue with you, quote unquote. So you
oh,
mentioned
yeah,
that you have to love yourself, right? And I
yes.
do agree with that to an extent, but I think it more comes down to the line of you have to respect yourself. And I know, like, talking about those two things, they kind of sound similar or they sound the same,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that they're more
Yeah.
similar than identical. Loving yourself, that means that you are 100% okay with who you are as a person and you accept that. And in this day and age, in this society, I feel like that's simply not the case with how social media is, with how we constantly compare ourselves
Yeah.
to others, and including comparing ourselves to ourselves. And usually, at least in my experience and hearing from other people, usually hearing about how the past version of yourself is better than the current version. That's usually what I hear from people. And they wish that they
Mm,
could go back. So I think it comes down to more along the lines
interesting.
of respecting yourself. And what I mean by that is understanding that you're not perfect, appreciating the things that are good about you, and learning the things that are bad about yourself.
I would have to agree, honestly. There's that's definitely like key or like the blueprint of what you need before you love yourself or before you want to dive into yourself or into another person. And there's a lot of factors that go into it: environment, experience,
Mm-hmm.
your parents. Your parents are a big part of it in that
Yeah.
relationship. So if your parents aren't that great at relationships, try to slow down
Oh,
because you're
yeah.
probably got issues going on.
Yeah.
We all do. We all
Oh,
do.
and most people's parents
Yeah,
are not,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. We can stop it there, but yeah,
Um,
we
and
don't need to. That's another episode.
And another thing that I actually want to bring up, because and like I'm sorry to like hyper focus on everything that you said, but like I said, I just want people to like learn or at least question some of the things that I say, you say, and what they even think. And
Hmm.
one thing that I'm going to question you on is the word that you used, which was changing for another person. And now, to me, that term has become so watered down and it has become such a negative light because I feel like nowadays you can't say to someone, I want to see you change, right? Like if me and you hop into a relationship, I have to accept you for who you are, right? So I personally, because I've had that experience where I've told someone, hey, I just want to see you change for the better.
Hmm.
And that turns out to usually be a giant red flag. People don't want to hear the word change. So I usually substitute
Yeah.
out that word with grow.
Hmm.
I like to say, I want to
Yeah.
just see you grow and be a better version of yourself. I want to see you be the best version of who you
Yes,
already
I
are
believe
right
that is
now.
the correct word to use. I would believe that grow is the perfect word to use. And when I say change, it's more like on a personal usage, not only like your relationship. It's more
Hmm.
like towards you, like change. Because you can say grow, you can say change, but like at the end of the day, change is you're either afraid of it or you can't wait for it.
Hmm.
And most people are afraid of it. It's okay to be afraid of it. And then I would also call it recognizing.
Uh-huh.
Recognizing something that's wrong with you, or that you need to work on, or like realize that it's a toxic trait, or something that you need to learn how to grow from or unlearn. You have to recognize yourself. You change yourself, or you can recognize yourself. One leads to another. It doesn't really matter where you start.
Exactly. Well, I've actually mentioned that on like my first or second podcast when I came back. I mentioned that what I do now, whenever I get into a relationship or I build like a friendship up, I have realized the worst thing that you can end up doing, and maybe like maybe you'll actually take this away, and if you like if you have something to argue with on it, like by all means, like go ahead and like stop me. But my thought process is now is like you can't control another person. I'm pretty sure everyone understands
Yeah.
that with that already being said. Like, I can't make you do something, right? Unless it's
Yeah.
against your own will. But I know that realistically, if you don't want to change or you don't want to grow, you're
Yeah.
not going to. So all I ever do is I always point the finger at myself, and I always ask myself, where did I go wrong, and what can I do better? Because that's all you can
Yeah.
always do. Like if me and you end this podcast right now and I send you a list of things about what I didn't like that you said on the podcast, all that's going to do is cause conflict. We're going to be butting heads because then your natural instinct is going to kick in and you're going to bounce back at me saying things like, well, why did you invite me on the podcast? Why is that an
Right.
issue? You're going to get agitated that I even mentioned something, which at the end of the
Yeah.
day, there is a healthy way of going about talking to you about those things. But the
Yes.
key factor is the way to go ahead and shut that up is by shutting yourself up and by going ahead and improving on
Yeah.
you as a person, by realizing
Yeah.
your
I
own
agree.
mistakes.
Yeah. Completely. 100%. Um. Yeah. 100%. Definitely. If you don't want to change, you're not going to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you. Sometimes Sometimes you're ignorant to yourself. In my last relationship, I was definitely ignorant to myself. I stonewalled a lot of emotion and communication. That was
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad. Maybe worse than what I'm even describing.
Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, it's just if and I didn't want to change, and like until afterwards, and like I knew, I'm like, yo, I have to. It's like, look what happened. Look at the chaos you caused
Yeah.
in someone's life.
Yeah.
Not That's not nothing to laugh about. Sorry, but um, yeah. So it's like that really is. You you really know when you want to, and if you really care about somebody, you will. If you didn't care as much as you thought you did, or like you believe you did, you're either just very ignorant to emotions in general, which I was, no emotional maturity, or like you really just don't want to. You're really just heartless. No, that's too much. That's
calm,
dramatic.
calm down,
But
Andrew
you're
Tate.
right. You're just ignorant. You're just blind and ignorant to yourself. It's
Yeah.
like it's not easy though. Like I'm not blaming anyone. It's like you only work with what you know in
Yeah.
your life. You learn things step by step.
Well, you're not in a new relationship now, right?
No.
Okay. So something that like cuz I'm not in a relationship either, but some things that like I like to do now, I actually have a whiteboard. And what I do with that whiteboard, I do my daily tasks. That's to help motivate myself, but then on the right-hand side, on my left-hand side, I have my like tasks of what I'm going to do for the day to help motivate myself. And then on the right-hand side,
Cool.
I have an upper part that has a motivational quote that I wrote for the day. Um, and then under that, I go ahead and write one thing that I'm proud of myself for, and one thing that I'm disappointed in myself for. That's what I do now.
Oh, that's cool.
And what I plan on doing when I get into a relationship, I'm still going to do that. But then I'm also going to have my partner, hopefully my partner would be open to it, but I'm going to have them also partake in that. But also write one thing that they like about me and one thing that they dislike about me. And thing is, you can't talk about it. You just have to try your best to understand where they're coming from. So whatever they write on the board, so if they put like, I don't know, short temper, right? I can't talk to them about that. I have to go ahead and now think. I just have to sit and think about why they wrote that and where they're coming from.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that's definitely healthy, especially if both people are mature enough to understand it's not meant to be an attack, but more to see, I want to see you grow, and this is what I see is holding you back from being the best version of yourself.
I like that. I do. It's very open and communicative and it's visual.
Yeah.
It's also like when you, I don't know, when you make things visual, write them down in the physical world, I feel like they're more likely to be for things to be okay
Yeah.
to simplify it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I had something. Whoever you may date, they may want to do it different. They may want to add things, take away things, of course. Everyone's different. They may like, I don't really like this a bit. Let's try it this way. You'll meet somewhere in the middle. But because you can, like you said, you can't really force someone to do something or change or be a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they don't communicate or like show love a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So they may want to try it a different way. You kind of have to work with, and they have to kind of work with you, on like how to express and visualize this communication and these feelings.
Well,
But
that's the thing though, right? So sorry to interrupt, but like that's the thing.
no,
I don't think you're aware of this, but I actually moved up to Tampa like last year, right? And I was
hmm
living with my girlfriend at the time. And so her parents actually did that whiteboard, and that's who inspired me to do it, right? But when I was living up there with her, I noticed it was only me doing the whiteboard. And thing is, even to this day, I have a lot of growing to do, right? Because at that time, only about a few months ago, back in July, August, September, around that time was when we were together, and she was not doing anything on the whiteboard. And the way that we broke up was the first time she ever used that whiteboard. She wrote like a paragraph on there to break up with me, like for us to like break up. It was
that's sick.
but
That's sick.
at the end of the day, I'm not here to go ahead and point fingers. I'm pretty sure they've
Of
already
course.
listened to this podcast. I'm pretty sure that they already hate on me. Listen, me and them are not on the best of terms. We don't talk. I don't care to talk to that person. But I do look at that like a learning experience in the sense of, all right,
That's
cool.
good.
That made me realize instead of getting upset with somebody about not using my whiteboard tactic, I got to understand that going forward, everyone has their own way of going about things. And you
Yeah,
just got to
exactly.
appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. That's a good like outtake from that experience.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I was just saying. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
I
And
don't, I don't like it because you said what I was saying. I like it because it's positive.
it,
That's it.
it's my podcast. Clearly, you like it because I
Sorry,
said
sorry.
it.
I became the mayor of Roku City, and the power just went to my head.
So, since we're
That bit's never dying.
since we're on the topic of emotions, right? I want to talk about we'll get into me if you want. I can start it off, but I'm curious because it seems like you've also kind of been going through like a really depressed phase. I don't know how true that is,
Dude,
just from what you've been
yeah.
posting on social
Yeah.
media.
Yeah.
Do,
Ah,
do you want to talk
I need to
about
be
that?
careful on social media. Not really, not really to myself, not to what you said. Yeah. First, let's talk about social media. Then I'll have like a whole spiel.
Okay.
Social media, I definitely need to not put like on. I don't put on fronts on social media. It may seem like it because I have two accounts, and one is just like for shits and giggles.
Mm,
Nothing like crazy, nothing wild
mm,
usually. Um, and I just vent. I also think of it as like a venting thing,
mm.
which may be unhealthy. But I on this other page, it's like I'm not really talking to anyone. I'm more just talking to myself. And sometimes I even leave myself notes on the thing, like, "Hey, I love you, dude." See you tomorrow morning.
That's awesome, bro.
Uh,
Positive
I
affirmation.
did it once actually, but I want to do it more.
You should. I'm gonna start sending you messages. I love you, bro.
Send me kisses.
I'll send you kisses, bro. I'll send you more than kisses. I mean,
But you definitely have to be. I'm a photographer too, and I'm a poet, self-proclaimed. Um, so I'm like a very expressive and like thoughtful, and like I try to just think. I used to think there's just be a time on social media I was just like, if I'm sad, I'm just like I don't care, sadness, blah 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 blah, dark, dark, dark.
mhm.
But now it's more of like I kind of channel it into like more of a art form. I don't know if you've been seeing that as well,
Mhm.
but it's like you might see two sides of the coin. One is just like spewing whatever the hell's going on in my life, and then another one's like I kind of took that spew and made this. So that's kind of what you're seeing. I'm not. I know a lot of it's a complex thing.
Oh, your mic cut out. Your mic cut out. Can you repeat that last part? You said it's a complex thing. Oh, it looks like
I think it's fake
there. Oh,
going on.
okay. Talk now.
Hello,
Okay, yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
but it's a complex thing. Social media and depression, or what other mental health issues you may be going through.
Hmm.
Like it can be a very helpful thing and it can be a very dangerous thing. You really have to know your balance. I do take time to like uninstall the app, temporarily disable my account sometimes and just chill and just figure out. And there are times where like I'm actually better, I'm more productive and things are getting done. It's like really recommend it for a lot of people.
To take a break
Um
from social media.
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Trust like go somewhere where you don't got service. If it's too hard to delete it, just force yourself to go on like a road trip or
Have
something.
you ever been on a
Uh,
cruise?
no, dude.
So, thing is, I actually went on a cruise back in July of last year. I actually talked about it on a previous podcast episode. If you ever, I'll take you on a cruise if you want. I'll take you on a cruise, a weekend
Cruise
cruise if you want.
episode. Let's
I'd be
do it.
down for that. That'd actually be pretty lit.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But so thing is, on a cruise, you have to pay for internet, right? Like if you want access to
Hmm.
internet, because obviously when you're out at sea, you get no cellular connection. So if you want any
Yeah.
way to communicate with the outside world, you need to pay
Wow.
for the internet plan.
Get that bread.
So what I
Okay.
did was I said, nah, fuck it, because I was already on my hiatus. You're aware of like my Sodacat hiatus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so I was gone for well over a year, and at that point, I wasn't posting on social media, but I was still looking at things on social media. So when I went on this cruise, it was like a 7 or 10 day cruise. I said, "This is beautiful." I left my phone half the time in the hotel room. I didn't need it because I couldn't access anything. All I could do was just pretty much
Uh,
take photos on my phone.
well, there's no point. Unless, yeah, if you want to take photos, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It was so nice. It was so relaxing just to have those seven to
Yeah,
ten days.
dude.
Like I don't know what's going. I could come home
It's
and
like
World
you
War
grew like
Three.
10. It's great coming back to chaos. Like you guys were going through that.
I was actually kind of hoping that some shit was gonna go down, man. I was like,
Usually when I do that, like usually a celebrity dies when I come back from hiatus. I'm not gonna lie.
I was trying to think. I don't think anything bad happened when I came back, but I was like, fuck, I really wanted some. Because like at that time, there was the war. Like the war, I'm pretty sure just started between Russia and Ukraine.
Oh
So I
yeah.
was like, well. I can't wait to get off the cruise, and then I immediately get handed like a fucking suit, and they're already shaving my head, and they're like, "Let's go into war, buddy. We're going for World War III." I was
Yeah.
so prepared for
That's
that.
yeah. That was a crazy. I don't even know what I was doing around that time, but thank goodness that it's not too bad when we do take these breaks. It's nice to be like come back to positive things after a positive experience,
Hmm.
And the world can be very. It's can't not every place is like Roku City.
Yeah.
I'm
You love Roku City, don't you?
the mayor.
So, by the way, just in case for anyone that's only listening, Dewey, you want to go ahead and explain what's behind you? What exactly is Roku City?
The Roku City is a very well known city. Obviously, it's don't worry what country it's in. Just know it exists.
Is it on Earth?
But it's between.
Oh,
Don't worry about what it's between, but it's between.
between Earth and
Um,
Uranus.
yes, but a lot of people you may have seen it. There's a lot of Roku TVs shipped straight from Roku City that a lot of you may have seen. So you might see this popular city. It's purple, and there's a lot of stuff, crazy stuff going on usually. But
Uh huh.
rent's cheap. Who's gonna complain?
How's the economy
Um,
over there?
Booming. You see this thing back here? New cafe.
Oh wow, wow,
Yeah,
wow. Okay,
new cafe.
okay,
That's actually the only cafe we have in the city. I shut the rest down to make them into casinos.
okay, okay, okay. So I'm very curious though because I know that I'm gonna end up talking about my depression, which you're aware of like my emotional past, which we're gonna get into in just a minute. I'm not here to just constantly put you on the spot, but obviously I want everyone to know about you. How do you deal with your whenever you get emotional or whenever you're feeling down? I don't know.
Dude,
Are
I
you
used to
diagnosed with
be.
depression? Are you diagnosed with anything?
No, but it's like clear. I'm not diagnosed with anything, so I'm not gonna say it's clear that I have this.
Yeah.
But to me, it's like I've struggled with so many things from like a young age. I had to really look into myself to figure out what I was doing, and I was like, "Whoa, that's so unacceptable, bro! You deserve better than that. You deserve more love than that, and
Hmm.
all types of stuff." Um, yes. So I'm not gonna say that like I go into like moments where it's just like, yo, I'm defeated.
Hmm.
And I just recently got out of one. It's just hard, but it's and a lot of things comes from like me wanting to be better, so much better. That's usually what they stem from,
Uh-huh.
and it's not like things are bad with me. It's just like I'm not doing good enough. It's really just pressures and all types of stuff. But I try to deal with it by writing, art, journaling helps. I When I started journaling last year,
Hey, let's go.
uh, that helped. I don't do it a lot, like every day, but I try to. I like when I know like I'm going through tough times mentally. I'm like, time to start journaling. Let's figure out what's going on in that little brain of yours. I try to take closure in the smaller moments that happen. You know,
Hmm.
like um recently I was just like going through it. I was just outside on my side of my house,
Hmm.
and then some kids came up to me, and it just started like random kids from the neighborhood. Never talked to them before. Um,
Hmm.
they just came to me, started talking about anime. I was like, this is dope. This is a cool little moment in life. You
Uh-huh.
gotta take the moments like that and just be like, it's more going on
Hmm.
than you think in this world. There's a lot that you affect, and there's a lot after you. So make it good for the next people who come after you, if you can, and yourself, more importantly.
Hmm.
So those are like little ways I try to deal with it, and not try to beat myself up so much, man, because I'm only doing my best. I may not be the greatest at things and emotions and being nice, but I'm really working on being a better man
Hmm.
because I don't know. I don't want to lose my friends. That's all I got. I
I mean, that's why I like you
want
a
to be a
lot,
cool
man.
person for them and help them.
That's why I
Yeah,
like you a lot, man.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like
I
as long
like
as
you
I've
too.
known you,
You want to go on a date?
I mean, we've already been like three of them. When are we gonna? When are we actually gonna go ahead and go on a date?
Yeah. Oh.
But no, man.
So what
Like,
were you about to say?
yeah, like I really do like you. Like ever since I've known you since high school, like you've always been like a really good guy. And like although I'm pretty sure you probably talked some mad shit about me back in high school, and if you say that you didn't,
Believe it or not, no.
I don't believe
Believe
you.
it or not, no.
I do
I was
not.
like,
Good.
I was just like Michael. I'd be like Michael's annoying, but that's probably the most.
Bro, I was
That's
mad for
probably the
real.
most. But like like annoying. Like, oh, that's my friend. Yeah, he's annoying. Like that type of annoying.
But like I always looked at you like you were a good guy. Like I knew like if I needed to turn to you, like you'd be there to at least listen. Like I feel like after the fact, like just personally how I thought I would see you as, like I feel like I could go to you, probably say some shit, and you'd like be there as a shoulder, be there as an ear, and then you'd probably go back and talk some mad shit about me. But I still know that the fact that you would even be there and be an ear and be a shoulder
That's good to know.
is
Nah,
just.
you're definitely
Mm-hmm.
there's someone else like who's also like that. You like go out of your way. You're nicer than you think. Uh, or like you create opportunities for so many people, or like people that people, wow, people that usually don't get thought of, you know, or
Mm-hmm.
like they kind of seem like these background characters, and you meet them like, oh wow, I'm glad that they're kind of cool. I'm glad I met them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have met them without my boy,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So it's like you really have a way of bringing together community, you know.
Thank you, man.
Not like Roku City, but like you do it.
Yeah, like Soda Cat Land is second best compared to Roku City. But like I've always like appreciated just how you are as a person, and like when I've been like down in the dumps, which once again I'm gonna get to in just a minute, but like when that moment hit for me, I was like, all right, cool. I'm always gonna keep this guy in the back of my head. Like he's always
Oh, that's
gonna be on my
sweet.
table. Uh, like
That's dope.
like if you ever needed something, I'm always gonna be there. Which here we are today. Obviously, we haven't talked about it quite yet, so I briefly just like to mention it before I get into my depressed era. Um, I tried to help you out because obviously recently you became unemployed.
Yeah, man, give me $1.
So you want to go ahead and give everyone a quick little like cliff notes of what happened there?
Oh, so I got promoted at my job. So I moved to a different property.
Uh-huh.
That's how it kind of works in the job that I work.
Uh-huh.
And I went to this terrible location, this terrible property. The people were so rude and disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
And I dealt with it, and for more than like about 4 months, maybe a little bit. Yeah, November, December, January, February, March. So 5 months, dude. Almost half a year.
Oy.
Uh, so I just one day I was like, yo, I can't do it. I already put my 2 weeks in unless he transferred me. Uh, I was like, I'm out. I'm going home. There's no way I'm dealing with this. This is stuff that's like this poor managed property. So I was like, I just banged it. I left. I went downtown. Um, it was like a car show going on randomly. I was like, this is dope. This is a dope way to quit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even drive, but look at these cool whips, everybody.
Did one of them give you a ride
Ladies.
home?
No, I donated to autism awareness that day too.
Okay.
A few bucks. I'm not flexing it, but it's like I like doing things like that. It makes my day
I
better.
mean, hey, that's more than me. I've
Um,
never done that shit. I don't donate.
but yeah, so I left that, and my boy Michael, bleep it, bleep it, and cut it.
No,
My
it's
boy
all good.
Soda.
People know me as Soda. Mike, you're fine. It's all good.
Okay, so my boy Sody boy was, he helped me out, offered, just got my foot in the door
Don't
into
say where.
something.
Okay, okay. Just don't say where.
I,
Don't say the name of the
yeah,
company.
yeah. I'm not. He got my foot in the door
Hmm.
just to even like be seen. It's like instead of me sitting on a couch, doing nothing like that. What's that one commercial? Oh my God,
I thought you were
was it
talking about the
ITT
porn.
Tech?
I thought you were talking about the fucking
It's like
porn, man, or the
it's like a
girls, man.
college commercial where he's like, "Hey man, what you doing? You just sitting on the
Oh,
couch."
I know what the fuck you're talking about. Yeah, 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 yeah,
If
yeah,
you able to edit this, just put the video like here or
bro,
something.
I might just toss it in.
Yeah, just like a little clip. But um, yes, I was like that was cool. But my job actually ended up one of the higher ups. Like I worked my butt off,
Uh huh.
so they know I'm a good worker, and I didn't. It took me a lot. It took me 5 months to like want to quit this place. I
Hmm.
held on tight, even though our OG boss he quit. He was like, I'm not doing this,
Hmm.
and they just have a his and they have a history. My property, my company
Uh huh.
have a history with this location, so it's always been bad. It's just like, dude, of course it's bad. I'm out of here. I deserve better than this.
So,
Um,
I mean, let me ask you, and I'm sorry to call you out on the podcast, though. So, I mean, I know I texted you how much the pay is. Is what
hmm
I'm offering you more than what you're getting paid now?
yeah, for sure. I'm pretty sure it
So,
is.
I mean, are you,
But
because the thing
actually, I'm
is,
still manager pay. Plus, so I'm pretty much like $16 an hour, and I get paid every week. So it's
but
still, but that yeah, there's still a lot more from where you work.
and keep in mind, I don't know. I'm assuming my boss probably didn't reach out to you today. He probably,
No,
yeah,
I
he
didn't
got
get
too busy. He
anything.
probably
If he
forgot.
did, I probably missed it. I was so busy today.
But no, no, I usually have to remind the guy to do stuff. But I mean, keep in mind, we just lost someone. A girl just quit. So I mean, a position's open right now, and I even
Yeah,
mentioned him to you, and he was like, "Oh, that's right." So I mean, it's up to you, man. I could have him call you
tough
Monday.
choice.
It's up to
because
you.
it's
If you
like
don't want it, fair. But I
I'll
can
gi- I'll give you my two reasons of why it's tough for me.
go for it.
Three.
Go for it.
So the first one is just like I'm comfortable. Like again, there's like that whole problem with change that I get so comfortable that I don't want to change
Mm-hmm.
and like explore new things.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's a fun job. Just like I just love it because it's like tips. I love the tips and not having to use my card and stuff like that. Usually that can get me through a whole week if I save it properly. Um, but again, it's still like chump change to like what you'll be getting. And
Yeah.
then three is like they just got me back. They asked like the higher ups asked for me to come back.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, yo, get him in. He's great. So I came back. I got good pay now, pretty much $16 an hour plus tips.
Mm-hmm. I
Uh,
get you, bro. But you got to remember, this job has base
yeah, that'll
salary
get
plus commission.
yeah,
That's the thing. So that commission is kind of like your tip.
yeah,
I just want to see you go up and up in life. And
yeah,
I feel like jumping ship at the company that you're at, I feel like would be the best choice. Obviously, don't quit unless, you would get the job at this
yeah,
company if obviously you'd want to go down that route. It's just something to keep in
yeah.
mind because I don't know how much longer we're going to have that position open for.
It's you're at the point, and I think maybe I'm just too connected and too sentimental,
Uh-huh.
and that could be my downfall. That's like I become close with like the bosses and the managers, and I'm like, well, damn, they had my back when I needed them most. Like I needed some money. Like I had to pay rent, and they called me back. Like I quit, and they didn't fire me.
Yeah.
Like I was still like in their system. I was like, damn, they really had my back, and you just like to like leave them. You're like, oh damn,
Well, how long
they're
were you
like
gone
after
for? How long did you quit
I was
for?
gone for like a week, dude.
Oh, well, that's why, man.
Um,
Because it usually takes them about like anywhere between like 2 weeks to a month to get you out of a system.
but like usually walking off is like non-rehirable, and I was a manager, assistant
But you
manager
got
at
to
the time,
remember,
so it's like,
they're also willing to take you back because you have the experience.
yeah,
That's the reason why.
true. Yeah. So it's like, damn, I this would be a great um like I'll be good. I'll be straight if I take this.
And
And this is more of like, damn, well, I'm abandoning him again.
and
It's just like,
hear me out,
damn.
because this also works out perfect. Because I know another big issue is obviously the drive, because you would have to take the
Yeah.
bus. But I offered, for everyone that doesn't know, I did offer to give him a ride to work every single morning because I usually get there early anyways. But also, I ordered a truck. I've mentioned it on previous podcast episodes. So the thing is,
Truck.
yeah. So I'm just waiting on that to arrive. So whenever that arrives, I was most likely actually just gonna sell you my car for like dirt cheap. It's a
Cool.
Hyundai. It's in good condition. You won't
All
need
right,
to spend the
great
money.
googly moogly.
I know I'm putting this all
Yeah,
on you right now, but I mean, at the
yeah,
end of
that's
the
the
day,
pressure.
no, man. At the end of the day, you do what you want. You do what you want. I'm just trying to help you out here. Always trying to offer you other opportunities. That's always what I like to do.
Yeah, I may still take the car though.
Hey, man, it's on the table. It's on the table. You don't need to take the job to take the car.
I don't know. I gotta really do some thinking.
Of course, of
I
course.
gotta I gotta add up the monies, crunch those numbers.
Hmm. I got
Cause
you.
like, will I be okay at this job? And if not, I gotta keep it real with them
Hmm.
because I'm like, well, I'm not. I'm at a tough spot because I need to move out
Hmm.
of this place because I'm definitely not staying here. I'll sleep on a couch.
Hmm.
Um, or like me and my family are gonna move like out of state because it's so expensive here.
Gotcha.
Um,
Yeah,
so
Florida's
it's like
ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. So it's like either they can like accept that like once I do the numbers and stuff like that, like see if will I be okay.
Uh huh.
Um, or like I have to leave, like I have to try something else, otherwise I can't live in Florida anymore.
Yeah.
So there's a lot on the line for me. That's why I've been so like stressed and depressed lately. It's like, dog, I don't want all my friends are here. What am I gonna do?
Life is fucking tough. It really
It's like
is.
I like this job. It's fun. I actually enjoy myself there.
Hmm.
Um, and then but it's like I need to be comfortable. Even my friend who's there now,
Hmm.
working there, he's like, he's been waiting for a raise, which he deserves. But he's like, well, a city job just opened up, and he's like has connections to the city.
Oy.
So he's like, he might be like, I'm gone if they don't give me that raise. He likes the beach too. He's in the same position, but like if the money's where the money is.
And that's what I'm
Right
saying,
now,
man.
it's like, of course, people are gonna take that.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Because you also got to remember, like yeah, you like the beach, but is the money really there? Like for me personally, I
Yeah, that's
know
what I have to
that
figure out.
like I moved back into my parents' house right now. Like I'm here with
Hmm.
my parents only because for the pure fact of like I took a huge hit when I was in Tampa. I think I said it on a previous podcast. I think I lost in like the span of like 2 months. I lost like eight to like $12,000 or something like that.
All right, Google it, Mowgli.
Yeah, I spent a lot of money, so that's why I'm like, I'm just trying to recover, and I'm waiting to get my truck now. And then once I get my truck, then I'm gonna start looking at houses again, which the housing market's
Okay,
fucking ridiculous. But like,
that's terrible.
in the field that I work in, right, you can make a lot of money. Like you can make money that you can actually survive off of. Working a beach shop. Once again, this is not meant to be a jab, but I don't know when you're working like a recreational job how much money realistically you can end up pulling out of that. You might be able to
Yeah.
afford like an apartment, maybe not a nice luxurious apartment. And if you feel like I'm stepping on your toes, by all means, go ahead and just tell me. Um,
No, it's just reality in
it,
freaking Florida.
exactly, man. It's just fucking ridiculous here. So that's why I'm like, all right, cool. I know what's gonna help you make money, and I'm always trying to help you hand on foot to go ahead and say like,
Yeah,
hey, here, I can get you a job here right now more than ever. Like,
yeah,
this would be your opportunity to hop on it. If
yeah.
you wait like a week, probably not. I'm not.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
And then like I'm like, all right, cool. I'll help you. I'll sell you my car for like dirt cheap, probably like $3,000 to $5,000 at most. You
Yeah,
know.
cause like I think right now I'm thinking, and I may just be like ignorant and biased.
Uh huh.
I'm thinking like I'm thinking it'll be enough if I'm like responsible, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You're talking about my
'cause
at my job or your place?
no, my place,
Okay.
the beach. Obviously, yours will be probably I'll be straight,
Yeah.
but um, it's like, will it be enough, or will it be just enough?
Yeah.
That's just like I really need to figure that out. Because if it's like $700 a week, I'd be like, okay, I'm straight.
Yeah.
Um, but we really have to see that, and of course, there's slow season and fast season. Even with slow season, I should be okay with the pay raise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, especially if I have money saved up and stuff like that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't I don't live somewhere crazy expensive like $1,500.
Yeah.
Wasn't But we'll see. I'm also waiting for like the market to crash or something. I don't know what it's gonna
Won't.
do.
So I mean,
Uh
I can promise you that probably won't see anything till next year. Probably won't see
yeah.
anything till next
That's
year.
why I'm like, because I was like, I'm also planning to like go to like a art school in Cleveland at some point in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I will save myself the tuition if I just move there. So either way, it's like a win-win for me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there's a lot I have to consider, because eventually, if I want to go to this art school, I'm gonna have to move to another state, and that's gonna be expensive.
Yeah. Regardless,
Yeah,
life is expensive, man. So that's why,
yeah,
at least I'm trying to be here presenting you that other opportunity. So at least you do have
yeah,
something else kind of in your back pocket, at least for another few days.
yeah,
But it sounds like you also have plenty of other options. You have Cleveland with the art school. You have just moving to
yeah.
another state in general. You have
Florida has
staying at a
been a
beach.
freaking bummer for me. It's been one of the worst places I've ever been in my life. So I
Uh,
wouldn't really care. It was just like only part I would hate leaving is my friends, obviously.
mhm.
But like I won't miss anything else. I'd be like, yeah, that shit was crazy, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's been
That was
fucking
a crazy. It
fun.
was crazy living down there, man. I never want to go back.
Once again, you search up Florida man, and you can type in any day of the
Yeah,
month, any day of the year, and you will see
there's a
some
Florida
crazy
man.
shit.
There's a
Yeah,
Florida man.
yeah, Florida man
Yeah,
moves
so
around.
I Cleveland was a very relaxed. I was like very. It was very like me, like the calm and patient part of me. It's
Hmm.
like it really just like yeah, I belong here. Like I'm so quiet and patient. Or I used to be. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a lot to consider. Like especially like my personal journeys, like photography and like writing and stuff like that
Uh-huh.
that I have to consider. Obviously down here it can flourish, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah.
And it's like that's really what I'm really so focused on moving out. I was like, yo, if I can move out, have time to do so much creative stuff as well, I'll be a happy person.
Hmm.
I'm really just looking for, I'm not trying to be comfortable in my job. I just want to know that like it can lead to comfort in my life
Hmm.
later on. I don't know. Maybe I gotta get a roommate or something like that. I
Hmm.
don't know. but I gotta figure it out. I gotta make some big boy choices.
Oh yeah, man. I mean,
I gotta make some big boy
how old are you? Are
choices.
you 24 yet, or are you still
I'm
23?
goddamn 24. I need to be
Oh my
doing shit.
god. That's right. Wait, that's right. Yeah. So you're gonna be turning 25 this year, or you're already 24 this year?
I'm turning 25 this year.
Oh my god, you're an old man, bro. Where's
Yeah,
the
dude, I gotta get it
where's the
together.
cane? Where's the cane? Show me the cane.
Right here, boy.
Ah, there's the cane.
Ooh.
Oh god, man. We're getting old. We are getting old. Got to
Yeah,
put on our
dude,
big
and
boy
it's like
pants.
I'm getting old, and just I need to get it together.
Yeah.
Honestly,
But I'm glad to hear you say that because at the end of the day, man, like you got to remember. So like the job that I work in, I sell things to everyone. So I
hmm
sell things to people that are older than me. I sell things to people that are much younger than me. Um, remember, I'm 23 right now. Not next month because this is March. And May, I turn 24, right? So I'm a year younger than you, or technically right now 2 years. But my point is that I've seen people that are about my age, younger, that don't give a fuck about life, man. And I've also seen people that are older than us, 20, 27, 29, 30, 35, that also don't give a fuck, man. Like I have sold stuff to people that are like in like their late 30s and they still live with their parents. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, at the end of the day, everyone moves at their own pace, but
yeah.
I'm like, at this point, you should already have enough where you have the money to get a place with at least a roommate. At this point, like you should
Yeah, you
already have
gotta be
something.
thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like, bro, you gotta get out. Like, I'm thinking about it every day.
like you shouldn't be approaching your 40s still living with your parents. If you move out and then you move back in because you're having a hard time, I understand that. But like you gotta eventually try to grow your fucking wings.
Yeah, dude. Otherwise, it's like you're gonna have a very not expanded life. Trust me, I did it to myself. I
But
don't like it. I hate it.
life, man, it is extremely stressful, and that's I know to wrap it all the way back around, but there's a big reason why I still talk to you. A bunch of other reasons, but this was a big sign of this is why I need to keep this man in my life and keep him at least in the back of my head, because back when we graduated from high school, a lot of shit hit the ceiling for me, and I became very, very suicidal very quickly. If you remember
Oh
that,
man,
you remember that time, right?
what year was this?
This was fucking 2018, 2019. I was two
Be
years out of
real.
high school, remember?
I remember some
I was
things. I
posting
don't
shit
remember
on
fully.
Instagram and Snapchat every single day, pretty much. Like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself, that
I
kind
was
of shit.
very isolated in 28. Dude, I was so all I did was watch anime.
No, because you were even DMing me like occasionally, like you were
Was
reading my
I?
stories, and then you DM me. Like I'm pretty sure you could go back through our DMs at least on Snapchat and see some of our shit of like, hey buddy, I'm here if you need to talk. Hey, it's gonna get better. That kind of shit.
Damn.
You were giving me like the
Uh,
generic responses, but you were still saying something compared to other people.
yeah. I can then not to talk make it about me, but
No,
then
always make it about
to
you.
now, then to now it's like I didn't know how to like communicate.
Yeah,
It's like feelings or like be vulnerable. It's like I get it and stuff like that, or like dive deeper to what I'm saying.
yeah.
Maybe I'm not the best at it now, but it's like then I definitely was just like I don't know. But I also got a lot of experience at the same time
Oh, oh, oh. I think I lost him. For everyone listening at
for
home, oh, his
should be
mic is
good
cutting
now.
out. All right, talk.
No, I'm still here, man.
Talk.
Hello?
Yep. Okay, I can hear
Hello?
you now.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All
Okay,
right,
go
yeah.
for it.
I don't know what I was saying, but yeah, dude, it's you gotta work on your yeah. We gotta work on our vulnerability from a young age. It's okay to talk about feelings. Just to wrap it up, because I forgot what I was saying.
Oh no,
But
definitely, and that's why like I have decided to come back to doing like social media because like at the end of the day like I felt like that's what I didn't have and probably a lot of people around me, including yourself, also didn't have where we could be vulnerable people or
yeah,
have that group that we can turn to where you can be vulnerable but you could also still be a part of the boys, like you can
yeah,
shoot the shit, like you could say to me, go Mike, Soda Cat, go fuck yourself, but then you could also turn to me and be like, hey bro, I'm going through the fucking shit, and I'll be there to give you advice.
Yeah.
You know, that's what my
Yeah.
community is based all about. You're going to get everyone to tell you that you're a fucking loser. But the moment you actually need someone to talk to, everyone's an ear at that point.
You know what's interesting is growing up with your friends, like obviously most of them fall apart.
Uh-huh.
But like the ones who stick around, you kind of like see how they grow, which is like the most interesting thing to me to watch my friends grow. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably my favorite part of life.
Yeah.
But it's like I've seen friends who like become like they just like just spiral and they're just crazy and goofy and all these other like weird little attributes.
Yeah, me.
Yeah, it's him.
Yeah.
Um, but like I've seen some of them grow into like really amazing people.
Mm-hmm.
And like just learn. It's like the ones who like grow like you who are like trying to discover themselves. Those are the friends you want to keep around.
Mm-hmm.
Because like when they discover themselves, they're like more they're kinder to you.
Yeah.
Like they're the truth. They really show themselves like, yeah, I really care about you, man. I've been figuring out some stuff about me, and I feel like I love you. Just make it short, long story short. But like the ones who are just like, the ones who are just like not really giving energy into the friendship, you're just like, the hell am I doing with you?
Yeah.
I don't have time. I'm getting old, dude. I don't have time for that. Get out of here.
Well, that's why I personally cut like a lot of people out of my life. Like,
Yeah, man.
obviously, I just recently started the podcast, like back in December, but I have only brought on 3 guests. Like, I'm very particular. I know this is my 5th podcast episode. You know, more than half of them now have had guests on here. But I want to make it first where any guest I bring on, at least for like the first dozen, are personal, like people that I care about, like people that I appreciate, people that I respect. Like,
Sweet.
so that's why like I invited you on here, you know, because as
I'm honored to be here. Me and this guy back here, whatever he is.
and that's why I was like, all right, cool, because it all stemmed from like back when I was like feeling very suicidal. Not hopefully this doesn't make you uncomfortable, but like legitimately, even like you mentioned, like all right, cool, like you didn't feel like you even knew what you were saying, but like even just your generic words helped. Like it legitimately helped because I posted and I was probably getting like 30 to 50 people that would view my stories or look at my posts and that kind of stuff, and almost no one would reach out. You were one of the few. So I was like, yo, that fucking hits. That fucking hits. Even if it was just like,
Yeah.
hey, bro, everything's gonna get better. The generic shit of like, all right, cool. You actually don't know if everything's gonna get better. You know. But it's just still the fact of you actually made an effort to type that out and send that shit to me.
Yeah.
Even if it's just brief. Even if you don't really give a fuck, I give a fuck.
The weight of what's right and wrong is something that's always like just been on my back
Mm-hmm.
constantly for like since I was a young child. It's like, yeah, I feel this way, but you know it's wrong to just like ignore it or behave this way. And a lot of times I ignore it
Mm-hmm.
that like it's bad, dude. And that's like again one of my many downfalls. But sometimes I'm like, nah, it's even if you don't know them that well,
Mm-hmm.
say something.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean by like the weight of right and wrong. It's like I don't know if this will help. But just say it. Just like do something. You just can't sit there.
Yeah.
Um, like you've been in the same room with that person. And I was this is a point I was gonna make earlier, but I kind of got lost in the sauce. But for my whole life, I just had people come to me for advice and
Mm-hmm.
just like with suicidal thoughts. So I've kind of been around in this dark dimension for a while. I know the name of the game.
Yeah.
Uh, I've been I've talked to some really sad people,
Yeah.
and you know I've helped a lot of people. Not to toot my own horn. I'm so glad they
No, man,
were
toot your
helped.
own horn. When it comes to shit like that, like, toot your own horn. I think you should, because at the end of the day, that's something that you should be proud of, because the fact that you attempted, you got to remember all the other people that don't actually make the effort, because that person
Yeah,
clearly got to that point for a reason. Whether they felt
yeah,
ignored or whether they had their heart broken, it usually involves another person that got them to that point, or another set of
yeah,
people that got
yeah,
them to that point. So if you feel like you're that guy that people always message when they're feeling like in the dumps, I know that's got to be a lot of wear and tear on you, but
Yeah, it is.
you
But it's
know,
okay.
I've actually mentioned it on like a previous podcast episode of like that's also another reason why I took a hiatus because so because you're still part of my Discord, right? Or did you leave?
Yeah, I am actually.
So
I'm
on
pretty
my
sure.
Discord, I have the vent channel, and
Hmm.
I created that for the sole purpose of like, if you're going through the shit, I want you to put it out there. No one's gonna judge you. No one's gonna beat you down like a horse. Like, you could say some really weird and grueling shit, and at the end of the day, everyone's just gonna try to help you out to make you a better version of yourself. Because that's what I've always wanted for pretty much everyone, right? So
Good.
it got to the point where I noticed people stopped using the vent channel and started to just DM me separately. So to an
Mm,
extent, I know where you're coming from, but it got really weird. And hopefully the people that are listening to this podcast don't think I'm talking about you in particular, or don't like take it personal. Don't take it as a shot. Because it's just of like, I created that channel for the sole purpose of everyone communicating and seeing that, hey, we're all kind of on the same footing and we all go through shit. So when I had everyone DMing me, it made me feel like this quote unquote, like, at least personally for me, like this God or this kind of like Jesus figure of like, I have to give you an answer. Because like,
right.
I would feel horrible if
Yeah,
you.
you set this up and this it'll kind of be hypocritical to just be like, well, I'm not do it to the vent channel, don't come to me, it'd be very
Yeah.
hypocritical. So that's a lot of dependency on you, and that's kind of unhealthy
And then
for both parties,
And think about it like when I'm actually feeling like shit, it's so much harder for me to properly respond to you if I'm already feeling like
Yeah.
shit. And sometimes it
Yeah.
genuinely
They
made me
come
feel
to you for
uncomfortable.
strength, so that's hard.
Yeah. And if it
It's
made me
hard.
feel uncomfortable sometimes because obviously if you watch my channel, like, or if you watch my streams or anything that I do, majority of my audience is underage, right? And I'm cool
Mhm.
with that. I don't have an issue with that. But it gets weird when I have a minor DMing me. Like I had once again. Hopefully, if this person listens to this podcast, there were multiple people, but like if anyone that feels like I'm talking about them, like I said, don't look at it like an attack. But I had even like one, two people reach out to me about like their sex life or like yeah, like, and well, that's the thing. I was like, at this point, I was like, bro, I don't know what to do because
Yeah, that's too personal, man. You gotta ask your parents, of course. Even if I'm sorry if your parents aren't there, but
like
it kind
obviously
of has.
there's this giant like thing around like influencers and a good chunk
Yeah,
of them are like weird like fucking pedophiles. But
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
personally, me legitimately, I fucking hate kids. I know that sounds horrible for me
Oh
to say
yeah.
when majority of
Yeah.
my audience are younger people, but once again, if you're cool, I fucks with you. You're cool. You're good. But like, I also don't want to hear whether you're a minor or not. I don't want to hear about your sexual stuff. If you want to put it in the vent, perfect, cool. Other people can help you out with that. Maybe I'll even chime in. But I don't want you to personally DM me and point that finger right at me and say, Soda, I want you to give me an answer, you directly to give me an
Yeah,
answer
like
about me having bumps on my balls or me getting sores on my vagina, that kind of shit. Yeah, your eyes are
when they say
bloodshot.
that,
I've had people say to me some like really personal stuff, and it's
too personal, y'all.
like it's just like I would love to give you an answer, but then it also comes to a point of like I'm also not a
There's a
doctor.
line.
I'm not
There's
a
a
doctor.
line.
I'm not a therapist. I can't give you those right answers.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah, dude.
weird.
It's like
Maybe
I'm
some
sorry, little
influencers are cool with
kids,
that. I'm
but
not.
you kind of have to have common sense, and it's also very important and better for you and safer for you. Just as much as a influencer or figure, maybe to be the wrong word, or a
I, I
person of
always I
media,
always use
that you
I always
see,
use friend. I always like to use the
yeah,
term
or
friend.
friend
Yeah.
that Soda may seem, it's like he is at the end of the day a stranger. You don't live in this usually probably don't live in the same state. You probably don't live in the same area. Probably never met him in real life. So you kind of have to draw those lines and figure out. Maybe you can ask him like, "Hey, I'm going through some um sexual or like
Well, that's what I said. Like, put it in the vent
education
channel.
issues.
Like, put
Yeah,
it
go to the vent channel. Like, who should I go? Who in my life should I go talk to about this? And
like
you can be like, hey, it's probably a safe. You have anybody safe like this person, this person. You know, we can lead you to the sources, give you the resources that you need.
yeah.
But we can't be, or sorry, not we. He can't be that guy who tells you that because it's like it's just you got to have draw that line, and it's just not safe for anybody, honestly.
It like I said, it comes down to like it's really really weird, and it's a really fine line that you're crossing at that point. And
Yeah,
like I'm even
it's
kind of hesitant now that I've already said it. I'm kind of hesitant like when it comes to stuff like that. I don't know if you should even be putting stuff like that in a vent channel. All right, cool. If you need a vent about it, vent about it. But don't
yeah,
be asking for
honestly,
advice
it's like
on like, hey, I just got bumps on my balls. What do you think I
right.
should do? I
Even
don't
yeah, even
know.
though it's a vent channel, it's like it's owned by you, an adult man. So it's
Yeah,
like you kind of have to be like, maybe I shouldn't do that, or
yeah.
maybe we just gotta, put in some blockers and certain words and stuff like that.
But at least it takes some heat off of my back when you put it in like a channel that has
Yeah,
well
you can monitor
over 100
it more.
people in it, because then at least it's not directly in my DMs. At least it's not all the pressures, all that weight is directly put on me, because at
Yeah,
least all right, cool. Maybe other people can answer. I'm not saying other people should answer directly with stuff like that, but it is definitely at least out there.
yeah. It's guys, it's weird. We're just gonna say it. It's
It's
weird.
weird.
We
It's
need to
weird.
stop it. We don't like. No one likes it. He doesn't like it. I'm keep saying we because like I'm like in your head. I'm like that's gross. Dewey
I mean, hey, you never know. Someone might DM you after this, be like, "Hey, I got bumps on my balls.
senpai,
Here,
my
my
balls.
balls. What should I do?
I'm like block.
Here's a
That's
photo of my balls. Oh,
oh please don't. Oh, cut that part out.
oh God. Hopefully, you're not talking about the balls of them cutting them out.
All right. Next subject.
But yeah. So I mean, obviously, I went through my depressed era, and I don't know if I'm going to talk too much about it on this podcast, but obviously, I went to the hospital. I do you remember that part or no? Do you remember that I went to the hospital?
No, dude.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't.
yeah. I got so bad that like mentally that I had to go to the hospital. I was a danger to myself.
Oh man, I
Yeah.
didn't know, dude.
Yeah, I could have
Sorry.
sworn that bro. I posted all. No,
I
you
don't
must
think
have
that.
blocked this out at this point. I swear to God, you must have blocked this out, because I'm pretty sure if you go back through our DMs, you could probably scroll up and you could probably find proof.
So much happened, and plus, so much has happened in just the last year for me. I probably just don't remember. I
Oh,
probably
okay.
did say something.
Oh, okay. Okay. But like, I remember like, so a little fun fact for you: when I got out of the hospital, outside of family, like obviously I had my family, they all messaged me, they were all like happy that I was doing better when I got out of the hospital. I lost like 15 or like 25 pounds in like the week that because I was in there for like a week. But when I got out, I remember like, all right, cool. I had all of my family like reach out to me, all like hoping that I'm getting better, all this and the third. But and bro, I'm telling you for a fact that you messaged me, that you knew that I got out of the hospital because I
I'm
posted
happy
about
for Pass stuff. Good job, Pass Dewey.
it. But
You're a good guy.
you were actually the first person that was not family to actually like respond to my story and say, "Hey man, I'm proud of you," or like some shit
Good
like
job,
that.
Pass Dewey.
And I was like, "Yo, this guy's fucking lit. Let's go."
Hey, Roku City turning up tonight, bitch.
Oh
Hey.
God. So that's why I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna keep you close in the back of my head. And that's why like I've always been like, all right, cool, I'm gonna help this guy out whenever he needs help. So I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
You
I'm glad you
wanna
feel that way.
you wanna keep yourself busy? All right, cool. Come help out with Sodacat stuff originally. Like when I had you be like a temporary
Yeah,
mod. Which everyone loved you to my memory. Like everyone loved Dewey Senpai. I don't know if you
I
remember
love
that.
Dewey Senpai too, dude.
Everyone loved Dewey Senpai, man. Um And then after that, because I remember the last day that I had you mod, I think like my payment to you, because at the time I wasn't actually working, like my only source of
I
income.
remember getting like I know you paid me, but like again, my memory is terrible. I don't remember. I thought I did that for free, low key.
So
Like in my
you
head,
did technically, I think I gave you, oh, I remember what it was. I remember what I
what
did.
was it?
So I did give you money. I didn't pay you like every single time, but I paid you a flat rate all the way at the end because I needed your help for a week because my original, like my head mod, Darshita, I don't know if you remember her.
I love Darshita.
Yeah, I love her too, man. But she was gone for a week on vacation or something like that.
Yes. I think she went to. I'm not gonna say where she went to, but I think we were going to the same place. No, we were both gonna go to the airport at some point. I think
Wait, you
at
still
the
talk
same
to her?
time. No, it was just like during like the modding time too. It was
Oh,
weird.
oh
I
shit.
don't know.
Oh, that's interesting.
It
I
was
didn't know
something. It was
that.
something like either we're about to go to the same state, or we're both about to go to the airport at the same time, or like maybe I went before her, or she came right after me. But we would have
Yo,
met if it like lined up. It almost happened.
have you seen Darshita face reveal?
Yeah, I don't know what she looks like.
Okay, all right. Just don't put her out there like that, obviously.
She's
But
adorable.
oh yeah, she is.
Darshita, if you're hearing this, mwah,
Ask her
right to
out,
the.
man. Shoot your shot.
We want to go on a date, little spaghetti and tongue. No,
Oh
that
god.
actually, I respect you a lot. Sorry, that was kind of gross what I did. I love you. Sorry.
No, but she's a good person. But I remember like what I did was I think if I remember correctly, I gave you a flat rate of $100 because I drove to your place after. I gave you a flat rate of
Fuck.
$100, and this was around Christmas time, if I'm not mistaken, because she had to take the time
Yeah,
off to
dude.
go celebrate with her family. So I gave
Yeah.
you $100 for the fact that you took that time for a whole entire week. I gave you $100, and as a Christmas gift, I gave your brother my
Hey,
Xbox One
you gave
X.
mi hermano un Xbox.
And all the
That was
games too. I gave you all the games.
yeah, dude. Yeah, that was
Did I give
great.
you a
Hey,
controller?
I
I
was
think I
like, it
gave
was
you the
blessed.
controller, the cables, the
Yeah,
box,
dude.
everything, man.
My mom was like, "Wow, so nice. I remember him." I heard she actually did say that. She's like, "I remember him." I was like,
I
okay.
don't think that she fucking remembers me. I don't think I ever
She
mentioned
did.
it.
She did.
I
Because
don't.
like there was like ducks by over by
Oh
your
no,
place.
not the ducks. I still
The
have the ducks.
freaking ducks that live there.
Oh, they're still here, man. You want one?
No, they can stay over there. They're probably like on their 50th generation by now.
Bro, they are, man. Ducks. I don't know if you know how
They
they have
reproduce
sex.
so
Bro, they
fast.
do. Do you know how they have sex?
Yes.
Bro, it's wild. They pull on the eyelids and everything. It's
They're
fucking.
so kinky. They're like
Oh
you're
yeah.
just like
Just like me, bro. Oh my god, I love it when I bite the chick's eyelid, bro. Oh, it turns me on so much. Arr.
Come here, girl.
Uh, oh god, bro. Imagine a chick actually bites your fucking eyelid when you guys are fucking. Oh, that's something.
She's a keeper.
Oh, to you, you're into the
Look at all this eyelid that's ready to get bit.
you're into those mentally fucked chicks, bro. You're into those chicks that you say I can make her better. I can fix her. You're into those
I
kind
can
of
make
chicks.
it worse.
I can make her worse. Those are the chicks that
That's
you're into.
toxic. Don't do that, guys.
Oh god. No,
Help
no.
people who need help.
No, thing is, funny enough, like me and you have a very similar type. That's the funny part. So
I
I'm
have a
fucking
wide
pissed.
ass type. I like everybody, dude.
Oh,
I like everybody. If you can turn me on, I think I like you.
including me,
Yeah.
but not minors. Hopefully, not minors.
No, you
Oh,
guys are banned.
you guys are banned. Bah, get out of here. What was I? What was I originally? Oh yeah. So that's why I went ahead and I gifted you like $100 and I gave you an
And,
Xbox.
and yep, $100 in subs.
Yeah, $100 and stuff. Well, speaking of which, because I was eventually going to ask you about this, you used to stream. What happened?
Dude, I miss streaming so much, and I'm gaming so much now.
Uh huh.
It's just like my living setup isn't good for it. Like I have no room, nothing.
You
I gotta
can't do
figure
it where you
something
are
out.
right now.
I'm like in the kitchen, bro. I
Oh,
might have, I might have to bootleg it and figure something out. Just like do some like real rustic shit and just fucking play some random ass games, you know?
I
Like
mean,
whatever it can handle right now, and just be like, fuck it, I'm streaming.
didn't you get
Look,
a
this
Series
camera's
S?
not bad.
Don't you have a
Yeah, I
Series?
have a Series S.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
bro, you could stream like that. What are you on about?
Yeah, I just have to hook it up here. I also don't want to run my mom's internet bill up.
What do you mean? That's not how internet works.
Doesn't it? Not?
No, no, that you mean electric bill, right?
Something. I don't know.
Because when it comes to internet, like how it works with most internet
I must
companies.
mean electric. I must mean
Yeah,
electric.
because internet is usually a flat rate. Once you go above a certain like bandwidth, like for example, like I have Xfinity. Once you go above like 2 terabytes of data usage, then it'll bump up by $10 for the remainder of the month. But that's it. So like instead of me paying 60, I'll pay 70. But I can go beyond the 2 terabytes at that point, and all I do is just pay the 70.
Well, shit.
So that's what I'm saying. I think you might be talking about electric bill, not internet bill.
It'd be so. Oh my god, over here the connection. You've been over here. You see all the trees and stuff.
Oh yeah.
As
you say that, yep. As you say that.
Sometimes, like throughout the whole,
the perfect comedic
sometimes the connection is down for a whole day. Yeah, dude. That's why I don't. That's the main reason I don't do it. But I still want to. I might have to like bite the bullet. But it is down for a whole day sometimes, and like every other day, we're like, "Yo, what the hell is happening?" It's so annoying.
Yeah.
I feel like YouTubers back in like 2000 when everyone was trying to like make it out the ground, no one had good equipment. That's how I feel, bro. Like I'm in the trenches.
I mean, bro, honest to God, because I think, realistically, you are pretty fucking hilarious. I think if you can't stream, I think you should at least do videos. And it doesn't have to be
I gotta do stuff. I was just thinking that today. Like, I gotta do something, bro. Like I need people need to know me.
There's no harm in doing
just like do it. Yeah, your digital footprint won't affect you later.
Like, I mean,
you'll be all right.
Obviously, just don't do like some fucking like.
Yeah, don't do some crazy shit. I know.
Yeah, like don't go fucking hog wild, like trying to fucking go into like a Target and start screaming, "I have a bomb!"
Dude, some people are crazy. Like they'd do anything for attention.
Oh my god, bro!
I don't know if this is like real. Like I don't read articles like that. There's like. Guy goes in. I saw one today, like before we got on here. I was like, guy goes into Walmart and does a fake gun prank. I'm like,
yeah, that sounds.
Is this real?
Yeah, probably.
It's like I don't even want to read this because it's like either it's like super old or it's like this stupid. I don't know. It's like
I guarantee you, it's not that old. People still do plenty of dumb shit. I'm not sure if you heard about the one with the train tracks, like the kid on TikTok with the train.
No.
Yeah, there was a kid about like a year or 2 years ago. He got arrested because he did a TikTok on the train tracks while the train was coming. Like he was doing like a me-verse train TikTok, and like the train had to slam really fucking hard on its brakes just to because the kid I don't know, you could probably find the TikTok on LiveLeak or some shit like that, but the kid like challenged the train. So when the train saw him, he was like signing for the train to stop and all this stuff, and he was not getting off the tracks. And like I think a few people got hurt on the train, but the kid's in jail right now. Got sued for like.
Dude, that's crazy. That's a crazy offense. Yeah. Like, what did he think was gonna happen? Like, bro, that's a whole. What kind of train was it? Bro?
Man.
What kind of train was it? It was like a freight train. Oh, it was like a passenger train.
No, it was like a passenger train. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Like one like the ones we have here, the fast ones.
Imagine you're going ahead and trying to go to work. You're taking the train, and all of a sudden,
I think it's going fast. I think it's going fast.
But imagine you have to fucking tell your boss, "Hey, buddy, I gotta come into work late." This fucking ignorant kid decided he's gonna fucking go ahead and do a TikTok dance on the train tracks and tell the train to stop.
Was it day or night? Like what was going on?
Day.
Oh my god!
It was during the day.
Like, bro, at least hide your fucking face, mate.
Like, bro, well, I mean, no, you can't even hide your face because you got to remember, then you post it to TikTok.
Yeah, they're going to find you.
They're going to find you.
Care. Even if you hid your face on social media, they're like, yo, we're gonna trace you, bro. That was crazy what you just did.
Like, I've done some pretty stupid shit on my streams, right? Like, I've blown up a watermelon in my living room. I've done...
Oh, my God, I remember that.
Yeah. I almost overhydrated myself with, like, drinking too much water because I did a hydration stream. I dabbed a million times. Like you remember this, right? Like I did that.
Dude, I remember all of these crazy things. Wow.
And then like recently, I did like a hot tub stream in my living room here.
Did?
Yeah.
How'd you do that? You have a hot tub,
bro? You got to go back and watch that stream. I might do another one. I might invite you on to do the hot tub.
Oh yeah.
Yo, that'd actually be lit. Oh my god. Do you own a Speedo?
I don't want a Speedo.
I have a Speedo. I'll give you a Speedo.
I'm not speeding it.
Bro, someone's got to swim fast in that hot tub.
I have flame shorts to make me go faster. Everyone knows if you have flames, you're faster.
I guess that would make it
It's Hot Wheels logic.
But I definitely want to bring you on for like more, of course, more podcast episodes because I love doing the podcast of just how simple it is. Which this is actually your first podcast, which what you told me earlier. How do you
Yeah.
feel? Because we're an hour and 40 minutes into the podcast. How
I'm
do you
having
feel?
fun. It's a fun conversation.
I mean, do you feel like
I said
anything?
that so dry. I'm like, I'm having fun, guys.
You're like that basic white chick at the party that just has her red styrofoam cup and is like,
Yeah, like
yeah, I'm
yeah, it's a
having
good
fun.
vibe. It's
Yeah,
cool, I
it's all
guess.
right.
I
Yeah,
could have stayed home. I think I'd have been alright.
yeah, it's all right. And then you
I
go on
hate people who
fucking.
do that. Who could like go out and complain about like the outing.
Just stay home. Just stay
I think
home.
I do that actually. I'm sorry for everyone I've ever done that to.
No, it's okay. Fuck them people.
No, you guys are cool.
No, fuck them
I kind
people.
of just am pessimistic.
I'm
Oh,
speaking for Dewey. Fuck them people. Listen to this
sorry guys.
podcast. Fuck you. You're losing.
Sorry guys.
Stop talking to him.
It's not me. It's him.
It's quite literally him.
No.
So another big topic. Sorry to change topic, but I've
No,
really
it's
been
fine.
like eager. It's been in my head this whole entire time to talk about it.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Do you want to take a guess? You want to take a guess on like what the other topic is? I want you to teach
Is it
everyone about.
anime?
No.
I don't know.
Was that
Then.
actually your guess?
Yeah, dude. I love anime.
Oh my god. Oh, you fucking weeb. No. No.
What is
So,
it?
thing is, I so you're one of like obviously I know a lot of people that do this, but it's between you and one other guy that I feel like are really knowledgeable about this topic. At least I feel like you're knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So, obviously I couldn't get him on the podcast. So, obviously you're my second choice. I'm kidding, you're not my second choice.
I love being sloppy seconds.
But I wanted you to go ahead and talk about marijuana, drugs.
You have to wait though. There's somebody in the room with me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Roku City's occupied right now. Hold on.
Gotcha. So then I'll start off the conversation if that's cool with you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I don't have too much of a background when it comes to drugs. I have used practically only marijuana. Like if we're talking about like anything that's not like prescription kind of drugs, right? Like I've only done marijuana. I remember back in high school with one of our friends. You probably remember the guy. I don't want to say his name, but really tall guy used to do wrestling.
Yeah, I think I know him.
So basically, like he was like practically like my first exposure to like any kind of marijuana, and I remember I took my first because it was a blunt. They rolled it. When you roll it, it's a blunt, right?
God damn, boy! I thought I put a blunt. Crazy.
So he hands it off to me, and I take a puff. I go, and apparently he said, I can't say the word that he used because he is technically black, but the word that he used was I lipped it. He used another word before that word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying, but
Yeah.
I can't say the word.
You said you lipped it or licked it?
Lipped it.
What's the? I've never heard that before actually.
Well, okay, let me just move on from this topic because I don't think, or let me move on from that word. He just said basically I put my big lips on it and I got my saliva all over it pretty much. That's what he was saying.
Okay, I figured. Okay.
Yeah. So that was like my first time ever experiencing it. I didn't really actually feel anything from it. I mean, I probably didn't take too much of a hit from it.
It really had. Yeah, it has to really go to your lungs, man.
Yeah. I
learned
just did
that
like a
part.
that kind of thing. So,
Yeah, like it's in there, it's out there.
yeah. So my next time that like I really experimented with it, I'm trying to think. Because there were a few times after that, but then the real big time that I started to actually like, all right, cool, fuck it. I'm going to give it a shot. Was actually not too long ago, about a few months ago, when I actually moved up to Tampa because I was willing to experiment and I was willing to go ahead and see the other side of the light. Because my personal opinion on marijuana, before I actually even started watching Joe Rogan, was that like, all right, cool. Joe Rogan is a big advocator of marijuana and like just the benefits of it. There's ayahuasca and then there's like another kind. I'm not sure if you're aware of like the two different
Yeah,
kinds.
I call them indica and sativa.
Yes.
I think he's
that.
called. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So basically, I that's when I finally started to experiment. The person that I was dating at that time was like heavy into it. Like she said that she was kind of addicted to it. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll give it a shot. I don't really have an addictive personality when it comes to like drugs or like substances. So I knew that like, all right, cool. I wasn't going to get addicted. And this isn't going to be a story about how I got addicted because I never did.
I figured.
But I was like, all right, cool. Like she had one of those like pens, you know, she didn't have like an actual like blunt. Like she didn't have like actual weed that you roll, that kind of shit. She didn't have a bong, nothing like that. So she just had like the basic like little pens that you could buy at like, you know, a gas station. Can you buy them at a gas station?
Yeah, probably. Or like little corner stores and stuff, you know.
Like a vape pen, that kind of shit. It was like a vape pen. So I remember I started to take hits, and apparently I found out like there's two different kinds. There's ones with nicotine and ones without nicotine, right?
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was into the ones with nicotine, but like I was like, nah, you got to cut her out with that. But she had like a few that were non-nicotine because apparently she also. I know, once again, she's probably listening to this and probably just going to immediately hit the dislike button, or if she's listening on Spotify, she'll probably immediately give it a 1 star. But once again, at the end of the day, your life, your choice. But I remember like she was a little bit addicted to like the nicotine, so it's like, all right, cool, I could just use the ones without the nicotine. So, you know, when I was working at the place up in Tampa, I didn't have to worry about being drug tested. So that's why I was also like, hey, bro, you won't have to worry about that. You know, where I work, you don't get drug tested. Just obviously don't be smoking on the job, you know?
Right, yeah, I've seen people do that. They're crazy.
But I was like, all right, cool. When I get home from work, it'd be nice, you know, stress relief. You know, so I remember my first time truly getting high was like up there, bro. And I was freaking the fuck out. I don't know if you remember your first time. Like, I don't know if you freaked out. I know you have someone in the room, so I know you can't quite talk about it.
No, they're gone.
Okay. But
want me to talk.
I remember she told me, all right, cool. You're going to take a big hit. Hold it. Suck it. Swallow it. All right, good. And then, like, for, like, the next, like, 5 minutes, I was coughing, bro. I almost fucking threw up, bro. I was out of it. I was like, I never want to do this again, bro. And, you know, after that, she's like, all right, cool, that's enough for you. And then I was like, my masculinity kicked in. I was like, I ain't no bitch. I could take
another hit.
I wasn't high. It didn't hit me at this point. It didn't hit me.
Yeah, I'm good.
I felt normal. I still felt normal. I know I felt normal because when it hit. So, but I'm going to get to that in a sec. So, I took another hit. And, like, I did another big hit. Like, I swallowed. And then I went ahead, once again, started coughing. Not as bad. I went ahead and started to drink some water. I start to calm down. And I'm sitting down because we had a beanbag up there. So, I sat down on the beanbag. And I remember all of a sudden, I got really, like shaky and really agitated. So I got up, like, out of, like, I think all of a sudden, like, I made, like, an argument out of nothing. And, like, I don't know if you could see my face. Like, I have, like, a really agitated, kind of, like, frustrated, like, twitchy face on right now. Like, this is pretty much my face, like, looking at her.
What the hell?
And, like, my fucking eyebrows were twitching. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, I just say to her, oh, God. And then I swear to God, bro, I fall into the beanbag because it was right behind me. Like, I got up out of the beanbag, so fucking pissed. Imagine you just see me, a 5'10" lanky guy, out of nowhere, getting agitated at you for absolutely nothing. I get up, I'm like, listen. Oh, God.
That's so dramatic.
It's in the beanbag. I shit you not, bro. I shit you not. Well, you gotta remember.
It hit you all at once?
It hit me all at once, bro. Because I have this light little frame. You gotta remember, I'm not, like, you're filled out, right? I'm getting there. Like, back when I was living up in Tampa, I think I weighed in about, like, 128 pounds.
God damn, I knew you was gonna say 120. Like, he must have been 120 if this shit took him out.
Bro. And, like, thing is, I had food in my system, too. It wasn't like I was, you know, on an empty stomach.
Yeah.
But when that shit hit, I fall back, and I'm like,
That's hilarious, man.
I'm literally wide eyed looking at the ceiling, and I swear to God, she comes hovering over me. She's like, "Are you good?" I'm like, "No, no." I'm like, I'm my heart, it's racing. I think I need you to call a doctor. Like I'm being so over exaggerated.
Your first time, you like this is can't be real. Like people, they just can't be like people. They just sit through this. Like this is not okay.
I'm
But like
like,
they,
bro, this is not good. My heart, it's like this. It's fucking racing. And like thing is, I'm looking at her, and it's like straight out of a cartoon. You know, like the Airheads commercials where like the head blows up. I'm looking at her like anytime I'm like focused on her, her head is expanding. I swear to God. I don't
what
know.
the hell?
Is that what normal like the first time?
No,
Okay, so probably it was probably laced with some other shit, maybe some LSD or some shit.
I don't know, dude. It's like I've had some crazy like it's all in your head though. It's
Yeah.
all in your head. So it's like I don't know. I'll let you continue. Then I'll go into like my story and like how I got into it.
Yeah. I was tripping, bro, because like I said, I couldn't look at anything without the things expanding. Like
That's weird.
if I was looking at my camera right now, like how I am, my lens would be expanding. If I look directly in your eyes, your whole entire eyelids, your eye sockets are expanding. I was like, it's like straight out of like an LSD trip, like you're on fucking mushrooms type shit. So I was like, oh God, bro, this is what it's like? Yo, what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
And thing is, then my cat, her name is Frost. Yeah, I think you met Frost.
Yeah.
She got on top of me, and bro, like I was already tripping out. I was like, I think you need to call 911. I think you need to call an ambulance. I was already being so over exaggerative. So then when my cat got on top of me, my cat felt very warm, right? So like when you're high, I guess, or at least when I was high that first time, her being warm felt like she was burning. So I was like, oh my God, we need to take my cat. We need to take Frost to the vet right
Oh
now.
my God, dude! I don't know what they had in your stuff, man.
I swear to God, man, I was so out of it. And thing is, she was like, all right, cool. What I want you to do, just lay your head back, just take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Right?
Yeah.
So thing is, like I was gone for like a while. And like thing is, like I've even talked to my cousin about it. Like not about like my experience, but like he mentioned like those pens are not that strong. So like I'm over here like now looking back at it, I'm like, bro, either I was weak as fuck or there must have been something else in that shit.
Maybe it's like either the hit was just way too strong or there was something in that pen, dude. It could be either or, quite honestly.
But I remember, here's where it got really fucking trippy. I remember I was so out of it, I was like, I'm hungry. I got the munchies. So I said, all right, cool. I want to get the Mr. Beast food. You know what I'm talking about? Do you know about the Mr. Beast food?
I've been there, so I understand, yeah.
Okay. So I was like, I want to get the Mr. Beast burger. So we ordered some food, and finally, like, the food arrives. And this bitch has the audacity to tell me, all right, cool. They dropped off the food at the door. Go get it. Bro, I'm high as hell for the past, like, 20 minutes in this beanbag. Remember, I'm my first time, like, truly really being high. Out of my fucking shit. And she tells me to get up, go out of the bedroom, go walk past the kitchen dining room area, go open the front fucking door, grab the bag of food to then bring it back into the room. My ass was so out of it. It was like every step I took, it was like a new layer. It was like a new just like filter on everything, bro. I didn't know what, I could not walk straight. I don't know. I really, like I said, either I'm a bitch and I really couldn't handle like the hits. I did like 2 or 3 big hits, right? Once again, 120 pounds at that time. You could definitely say I was definitely a lightweight. Probably still am. It was my first time, but maybe you, since you're definitely a lot more experienced in this, you might say that, hey, yo, bro, that shit might have been a little bit laced up.
I was going to say it might have, but like I remember I had my edible my first edible experience. So what you went through is called greening out. It's just when you get too high. Um, and that happened to me when I do my edible.
Hmm.
But before I talk about edible story, I got into smoking from my ex. One of the most gracious, most beautiful things she's ever given to me the chance to experience. So thank you. If you're out there and you somehow hear this, thank you.
I like
But
how you talk about her like you don't want to disrespect her. Like she's gonna end up like
no, I don't.
100%. You're gonna end up like
Nah,
DMing her.
dude. She was like, no,
You're gonna DM her, be like, "Hey, check out this podcast."
no, I'm not. It's just like I don't like to put negative things
Oh no, no, I
about
feel you.
great people out there, and especially when it was like I was at fault. So it's like I'm never gonna do someone dirty like that again.
Yeah.
But and she deserves it, you know. If someone did something nice for you, no matter what happened, own up to it. Anyway, she introduced it to me. My first time ever being high. I did not green out. It was actually a very nice experience. It was some natural weed. It was from Jamaica, I'm pretty sure.
Oh.
And she get, her people in her family smoke. And she blessed me, and I had a really great time in nature. And that's the weeds I like the most. That make you like feel like really nature is everything is nice. Um, but my first time greening it out on an edible.
Mhm.
It was a Nerds rope. Oh my God. So like, the Nerds candy,
Yeah.
they made it into an edible. And my theory is the candies get you higher when you make them into edibles because like the gelatin and stuff like that is
Oh.
harder to break down.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah.
lasts long. I could be completely wrong. I don't know food science or science in general,
Well, I
but
mean, regardless, edibles are always gonna hit you harder from
they
to
hit you
my
harder. Yeah,
yeah,
pretty
from what I've
much.
heard.
Oh my God. So I'm like, I'm just take a bite, like a small bite. That it would have been a small bite if it was a regular Nerds rope.
Yeah.
But I didn't. In my stupid little brain, I didn't. I'm like, this isn't edible. This is not a small bite. This is actually a big ass chunk of weed you just put in your system, bro.
How much of it you ate the
Um,
whole entire thing?
no, no, no. I couldn't. Yo, that shit killed. I didn't. I get to give it to her, my ex's brother, little brother. I was like, dude, you can have this
Just
shit.
to clarify, when you say little brother, how young is little brother?
Um,
Say at least
I
18.
don't know his
At least
age.
18. At
I
least
don't know
18.
his age
At
right
least
now.
18. At
Little
least
brother,
18.
he was a little 12-year-old.
Oh God.
He um, you know, I had to give it to him. He forced me to. Nah, he was mature. He was a adult young man.
Gotcha.
Um,
For the sake of the story, we're just gonna say he
yeah,
was 18 years old.
yeah, her like, little brother. I mean, like adult but younger than her.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so I gave it to him.
Okay.
But so let me tell you what happened when I was on it. So I take it. I'm like, it hits. I'm like, oh my! It felt like I was like, I feel like I was flying to Roku City, man. And so I'm like, oh my, let's kick it in. And then I'm like, yeah, I'm like, okay, I can ride this out. I'm pretty high. And then like, I'm like, no, I was like, it would just become. I was just dizzy. Like, I was texting people like, I'm on edible, huh? It's kicking in. Then I'm like, I just stopped texting. I'm like, oh my God, it's kicking in. Like the second part hit, I was like, I'm getting too high.
Hmm.
It was just so much. I couldn't focus. It was just like, it was just way too much. It was overload. I was like freaking out. I'm like, I think I did the same heart thing. I'm like, oh my God, my heart's beating too fast.
Yeah.
I was texting her. I'm like, yo, what do I do? She gave me great advice, which would probably work with me now,
Yeah.
but did not work at all then. She told me like to watch something that's a comedy or something like that.
You said that was your first time getting high?
That was my first time on an edible.
Oh, okay. You see, I
First
feel
time
like when it
I was
comes to that, like I feel like that's the reason why though. Like,
yeah.
that's why I hit you hard.
So that's why I'm saying like it can happen. So it can still happen.
Yeah.
So like what happened? I was just freaking out. Actually, you'll be okay. Yeah, it's kind of the same things. And I remember being like, oh my, overthinking. I'm like, does life matter? And I visualized like this whole like, like the rainbow tunnel and like Thor, like when they're like teleporting and stuff.
Yeah. Oh
It kind
yeah,
of like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was
The
kind of like that.
Bifrost.
Like I was searching for, yeah, it was like the Bifrost, but it was like only like in one eye, and I felt like it was so like intense that it felt like it was burning. Like it was just all visual. It didn't feel like it, but like I visualized it like
Oh.
burning like my flesh off and
Oh
like it just
yeah.
like my skull and like because I was getting like so much knowledge, it was like tearing me apart. I
Yeah.
don't know if that makes sense, but that was what's going on in my head.
Okay.
Um, and I was just like, the answer is it matters and it doesn't matter. That's actually the plot of a movie, a very popular movie that's won a lot of awards. You guys know what it is. Um, Yeah, as I ordered food, I ordered so much food from McDonald's, and the fattest I could get. Um, and dude, I was like, around this time, Uber Eats was like, I'm not saying it was getting kicked off, but like they didn't have like a drop off system like here.
Yeah.
They did, but it was like they weren't that good at it
Yeah.
because they kind of just rolled out. Before you had to go meet them, I'm pretty sure. Um,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I think a lot of times you had to meet them.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm like, please just leave it at the door. I'll leave like the light on outside. I'm like, please, like, it just I like. Then I the back of my head, I'm like, yo, my luck is so bad. I know they're not gonna find it, and they're gonna call me, and I'm way too zooted to talk to somebody right now. They did. I'm just like, okay, I'll turn on the light, and like, yeah, I don't see it. I'm like, oh my god, I knew this would happen. I have to go out there. So I'm like, my high ass. I'm like, yo, I can't. I could walk, but it was like I couldn't like perceive what was going on.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go get the food. So I went to go get the food. It felt like 3 steps for me. Like I felt like I traveled so fast. I was like, yo, I'm here now. Like I'm right in front of her. I
That's what
have
I'm
to grab
saying.
the food.
Yeah.
And, and she said something to me, but I don't know what she said. I was like, yeah. I think something. She said something was wrong with the order. Like, dude, I am so high. I don't care what's wrong with the order. I'm eating everything that's in this fucking bag. I will eat the bag if I have to. So I take it, and so I walk back. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm back at my front door again. I felt like I time traveled to my front door, dude. I then end of the story. I just ate all the food, and I started to feel better.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
because I
But
feel
I
like.
did learn.
Good.
I did learn that greening out is just so smoking makes you think. It expands your thinking. I would say. So when you get too high, you just overthink it. So the thoughts are like overlapping themselves. Once you learn how to slow that down, it's like, okay, I'm just really high, one thought at a time, focus on one thing, do a hobby, do really just make it spread that high, spread out, and like be use it instead of like it using you, if that makes sense. Not to sound like a freaking stoner, but like, yeah.
No, I get where you're coming from because, like, well, that's the thing, right? Like, when I got high for the first time, I didn't really overthink, right? Like, outside of that, like, initial, like, oh, fuck, like, what's going on with me? Because it was just a whole entire new feeling originally. I wasn't like, oh, God, someone's going to come busting down the door and arrest me type shit. Because I hear, like, people
Right.
talk about, like, that kind of stuff all the time. Or,
Yeah,
like,
paranoia is a huge side effect sometimes. That's why some people don't smoke at all because of
yeah, because
paranoia
I know
or
it
like
could lead to anxiety.
anxiety. Yeah.
But like that didn't happen with me because the moment I realized, like quite literally, it was the funniest thing too. Like my ex was dying of laughter because the moment I realized, like, oh, I'm just high, right? The moment she realized that, and then I realized that I was high as a high person, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm just high.
Here we are.
Yeah, I'm just high. And then
Who would have thought?
my head, like I wasn't thinking about anything. Like my head, because thing is, I'm someone that stresses a lot. Like I have a lot on my plate, a lot on my shoulders. I'm constantly thinking about left, right, and center. And then there's a reason why I'm bringing all this up. But I like normally I always have like thoughts in my head. So at that moment, like when I just realized, oh, I'm high, I just was no longer thinking all the thoughts just
Oh,
left my head.
yeah, that's what a lot of people wonder. They're like, some people are like really active. They're like, is it going to slow me, like calm me down, or some people who are like really calm, like I wonder if it's going to pick me up.
Yeah. Well, it's
It
definitely a
can have a side
relaxer.
effect.
It's a
Yeah,
relaxer.
it's a relaxer, especially at the end of the day. If you smoke a bunch, it'll definitely knock you out.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But I mean, outside of that, like I haven't had too many other experiences with it. I think that was like practically the only time I got high, which also
But
another fun fact, that was also around the same time that I first got into drinking.
really,
Because before that I didn't really end up. I never really drank before that because I just didn't. I was a little bitch and I didn't like the taste of alcohol.
hmm
Because my taste for it kind of developed a little bit down the line, but I remember like I also got like really drunk because so what we did was kind of like as a celebration for like me moving us moving to Tampa. I know that we had like a little like evening where we just got like completely fucking shit faced, and like I got fucking zooted, like not zooted because zooted means high. I got fucking plastered. I was gone. Like, bro,
Okay.
I was giggling. I was having fun. I didn't know where the fuck I was in that apartment, but I knew I was
Yeah,
chilling.
yeah.
And like, person,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, bro.
I would tell you, like, at least for me, I'm not sure about you because it seems like you've also probably drank before, right? Like, you've been drunk.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people personally prefer to be high over drunk, and me, it's kind of the opposite. I actually prefer to be drunk rather than high.
I love drinking. I think it's really fun. But that morning after is not fun, and that's the part I hate the most.
But you see, that's the thing, right? I never got a fucking hangover. Every single time I've been like plastered, I've never got a
Here,
hangover.
yeah. Actually, I've been drunk, like, but I never really have a really bad hangover. Very rarely.
Uh
Even
huh.
if it does, it's not that bad.
Uh huh.
Because I throw up easily. Like, if it's coming, I'm like, "Bleh," you know.
Yeah.
I let that shit out.
Yeah.
I don't fight it. Some people really fight it. I'm like, no, don't fight that shit. Let it go.
Yeah. Just let it go, bro. Because once it's over, it's over.
If you get it out of your system before you go to bed, dude, you're not gonna have a hangover.
Oh.
If you just throw up, I usually that's the case. I just throw up,
Uh huh.
there's no hangover the next day. You drink some water, I'm good.
But that's the thing.
If you know, like, oh my god,
I never threw up and I
I don't.
never drank like any water. Like I just got plastered. I was like, all right, cool. I just want to have a fun night. Fuck it. I didn't think about like drinking water to calm myself down after or like let me go throw up. No, I literally went to
What
bed
the
drunk as fuck. I woke up the next morning feeling fine.
shit? Maybe you just got it like that. I don't fucking know.
Maybe, bro. And like thing is, like I said, I was 128, so like
Are you Irish?
I am Irish.
That's what it is. That's what it
I can
is.
just handle it differently, bro. We
I
keep it
think
down
so.
and we wake up the next morning to go to work.
I think you have a genetic code that makes your alcohol drinking superior.
Probably, man. Probably.
Probably.
But something I do want to ask you about to hop back over to the marijuana. So obviously, I've heard like the pens are like the weakest method of like getting high because obviously it's not real marijuana. Like they obviously like put like a liquid in there or something, or it's just not the
Yeah.
real marijuana. There's ayahuasca. There's sativa. There's what was the other one that you mentioned?
Indica?
Indica. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, indica. And
Yeah.
like I'm still like new about like hearing about all this stuff because I'm getting it firsthand off of like Joe Rogan's podcast. So he talks about it, but like I'm pretty sure. And once again, if you don't want me to talk about it, I'll bleep it out. Just let me know. But I know that like you use bongs, right? Or you have a bong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
What's the advantage to
I
using a
love
bong?
bonks.
What's the advantage to using?
Bonks will they're gonna get you high faster and it's gonna be stronger. I've
Why not use an
like
edible?
edibles are like they're intensely strong. A
More
bong can be
intense than a
very
bong.
intensely strong. I would say so because it's like they're in your system. It's like you have to sit that one out.
Remember, all the
Bong one
druggies
is
are going to
like
be listening to this and judging
yeah.
your
Yeah, so
marijuana
I'm not
expertise.
that perfect, but in my personal opinion, guys, in my personal stoner opinion, um, bongs are like just way more intense. It's fun. It's like it's more of like an indoor thing, you know,
Uh huh.
like that type of high. Just like you're really high, but you're chilling inside. You know, you have a nice glass piece just to feel like a little fancy person, and it saves you weed usually.
Okay.
It saves you a lot of weed because it gets you really high,
So do
and
you
you know,
still
and you can
actually
also
put like the actual plant in there and like mash it up or
yeah, you
okay.
mash it up like the Great Indians.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. Yeah, and then you like pour it in,
yeah,
right? And then like
yeah.
you like flame it up and you know,
Dude,
right?
Indians, no disrespect, the Native Americans, if anyone's Native American, did they smoke weed like in the history of Native American? I know it's like tobacco. Tobacco? I think. I'm not too knowledgeable, but if you know, I need answers.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
anyway,
they did. Yeah,
wow, that's
yeah.
cool. I'm not gonna take a white man's answer. Second. Yeah, and
Fair.
they're also like they're prettier, they're more aesthetic. But I do actually prefer joints over bongs.
Hmm.
Joints are very natural. They're you just feel really nice, like a really nice body high usually, depending on what weed you got, obviously.
Okay.
But like bongs are just like you get really high and it lasts a long time too.
Uh huh.
Like mine's just now coming down.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, so that's also what I was gonna ask you. Are you high right now?
Currently, no, but I was for them. I like it just went away like 3 minutes ago.
Okay, so
But
you've been
I was,
high.
yeah.
Okay, okay. So now we're probably not gonna hear anything else about Roku City.
No, you're gonna hear a lot about Roku City. Actually, I'm gonna send you a memo about Roku City.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. All right.
I think I would have been saying the same shit if I wasn't high. Just laughing less,
I was gonna
maybe.
say you. There's no way that you could have came onto this podcast without showing up fucking high as balls.
Oh hell yeah! I gotta show up to everything like this, man. I don't think I don't show up to is like work because
Be
we're responsible.
be honest. Did you show up to the interview high? I
No,
remember. I'm not gonna say nothing to the boss. I'm not gonna say.
I
I don't give a
didn't.
shit. Really?
I was actually really sober.
Okay.
I
Okay.
wish I wasn't actually, because like I just kind of just walked around the city for a little bit afterwards. I showed at the
Should have kept some
park
in
and
your back pocket or something.
I was thinking of like, yo, this is gonna be quick. I should just chill
Yeah.
and have a. But it was like too many like
Bro,
white elites over
no
there.
one would
So.
have said anything. I guarantee you.
Word.
A
All
hundred
right.
percent, bro. I would have had you
Okay.
covered. Like I guarantee. Like I had you covered just in case. Like not with weed on me, but what I'm saying is like I had you covered in
I
the
know what you
sense
mean.
like yeah, no one would have said shit.
But yeah, it's nice. I'm actually trying to probably gonna stop for a few months smoking.
Any reason
You
why?
know, just too much money into it.
Okay.
If I do like, I'm gonna do like small packs at a time and just. But I think it's better just for me to like not, because it's like an excuse. Like I want to go back to it. I do want to go back to it, but like when I'm like stable.
Okay. So I want to ask you a question, right? Because my big thing, I've always pretty much been against marijuana until about a year ago. Like I said, since I started listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, right? My reason for that is because it affects your memory. Because obviously it's meant to relax you, but I've heard, and from what I've read, it kind of like makes you forget things. And I'm already someone that's like pretty forgetful. And then the other negative side to it, and this I might be completely incorrect on because I haven't done any research, but regardless, whenever you're like inhaling something that's not oxygen, I feel like you're damaging your lungs, right?
So I am told it's probably true.
Uh-huh.
Here we are. Snoop Dogg's alive. Shit.
But
As
I
long
mean,
as
look at
he's
how
still
Snoop Dogg is built. Let's just be
shit,
honest.
I don't get it, bro.
But my question for you is like, obviously, I'm not here to go ahead and like make you say bad things about it, but like we've already talked about like plenty of good things about marijuana, and I want to know how long have you been smoking it for? Like, how long have you been doing marijuana?
Maybe a year and some change. I wouldn't say
Really?
2 years, but like maybe pushing 2 years,
Okay.
maybe.
So let me ask you from the past 2 years, obviously outside of that like little experience where you get like really high, outside of the anxiety, what like have you had any actual like bad experiences, and if so, like what were they? How did it happen? That kind of stuff.
Um, I don't think I've had any bad experiences with marijuana, honestly.
Okay.
None.
No
Like in
negative
terms of like
effects at all.
effects, negative effects, maybe my memory, like when I'm talking like I remember having like serious conversations with my ex, and like I'll just be zoning in and out. And I don't really don't like to have serious conversations when I'm high, because like I don't my attention span is not that good, and I really want to be there to listen.
Uh huh.
But sometimes you really can't avoid it. I'm much better now, just because I had to learn that on like I realized I had to learn that like on a sober level. Like that was really an issue with me.
Well, I'm not talking
Um,
about like when you're like when we're talking about like the memory loss or like the
yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not
I
talking about
know.
when you're high. I'm talking about like when you're sober, but like it's just naturally affected you over time, like that kind
Yeah,
of thing.
yeah. Like I noticed it like when I'm high, when I'm not high, I'm like, oh, my attention span is maybe not that great.
Or
Um,
also could be from TikTok.
or like memory. My memory's kind. It feels like it's rocky, but just like
Yeah.
I don't know if I remembered. It probably was already rocky, so I'm like I really can't really judge that.
Mhm.
So that's why I say I feel like I don't have any bad experience, because like my memory was like already bad, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. No other
It
like
probably
recollection of like anything bad.
not really, not in my personal experience, because I smoke alone a lot lately. I like either smoke with my ex,
Uh-huh.
friends, or by myself, and I usually have a great time.
Yeah.
But like outside of that, like I know what you're trying to say. I really don't do, because it's really just like an at home thing for me. So it's like it really doesn't affect me that much. And I usually do it like once a day. When I was living like out away from my mother, I was doing a lot more.
Hmm.
But it was more like I guess I would say I did have some lazy time. That's what it is, like the laziness.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that comes back to your personal use or your personal being.
Mm-hmm.
But I did it did encourage me just to be lazy and chill because that's all I wanted to do. But Wiz Khalifa, the great stoner, was like, if you're lazy, if you're being lazy and smoking, it's just you.
Yeah.
You're just a lazy motherfucker. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
I mean, look at him.
So
He's made it, you know, and he's been
yeah,
smoking.
so it's like you really have, like I said earlier, you really have to learn how to like use that, you know, that high and spread it out into like some activities or something. I mean, I love writing and
Mm-hmm.
smoking and
But I just
doing
feel like
photography and art.
I still feel like there's always like there's always a negative to everything, right?
Of
Like
course,
obviously
yeah,
with too much
yeah,
of it, you obviously can still somehow negatively affect your body. Like if you have a drink every now and then, right? Like that's not going to go
yeah.
ahead and destroy your liver. That's not going to destroy your body how you are.
No,
But if you're drinking every single day, 1, 2, 3 beers, it's going to fuck with your
it's
body.
gonna do something on a level that you may not even see.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like, all right, cool. I
Yeah,
just want to, like, I'm just curious from someone that actually does consistently smoke, from someone that's been smoking for at least a year, almost 2 years. Like, have you had any negative experiences with it? From what you're saying, no,
yeah,
not really.
not really. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it makes me too comfortable. Like
Hmm.
again, I don't know if that comes back to me. Makes me too comfortable in things. Or like maybe want to think about it all day, not all day, like, oh, I need to make sure like I gotta set aside stuff for weed.
Hmm.
And it's like I really shouldn't be having that mindset. It's like that's kind of like fiend mentality, but maybe not. It's natural, but
When you
at the end of the day,
smoke, do you feel like it
mhm,
keeps you up? Like, or
no.
like, what time do you normally smoke? Like, throughout the day
I
or
usually do
just.
it at night.
Because I was gonna say, like, if you were to smoke, wouldn't it be best to do it like right before bed? Because it would
That's usually
relax you.
around the time I do it, yeah.
Okay. Like you
So
could
it's
go
like
to
right
bed
now it's
high.
really monetized or monitored.
Okay. And you.
Yeah, go to bed high.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Because I feel like if you can't like instead of taking like melatonin, right?
Yeah.
You
I love
could just
melatonin.
take. Oh, I love melatonin too. It does not do anything to
I,
you. It
I
just
gotta
keeps
I
you up.
gotta switch it out, get rid of the weed and start doing melatonin.
Bro, you get high
It
off
might
melatonin,
actually
bro.
work. It might actually
And
work.
thing is, like, that's the thing. Like, I don't think you could actually even overdose on melatonin. Like, you could chug
No.
the whole entire bottle and you'll be fine.
Yeah, I just sleep.
You'll just be a sleepy boy, bro. You're just gonna be tired as hell. That's about it,
Like for the rest of your life, you're just a sleepy guy.
bro. That's how we are already, man. What are you on
Yeah.
about?
Get out of here, cat.
Oh God. But my question right was because I'm back home. I've been home since like October, and I personally do like I'm back to like not smoking at all. Not
That's good.
because not because I don't want to or because I can't. But like I'm a very so I realized this about myself the other day. I'm a very companionship kind of guy. So I don't really do stuff unless I have someone to do it with. So
Dude, I feel
like
you. I feel you.
so like I won't for example like I won't go on a vacation unless I have someone to go with me, right? I won't go out and do like a fun activity. Like I won't go hiking or rock climbing or anything like that unless I have someone with me. And it's not that I can't do these things because I'm fully capable. If I really want to, I will. But I like to create those memories, right? So like leading into my point of like I since I've been back, like I haven't gone out to like go look if I could go buy weed to help me relax because I've been like really considering it because I've been dealing with a lot of stress recently. And I feel like marijuana would definitely be a better choice than like alcohol on like a weekday. That's
Of
just my
course.
take.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to go ahead and possibly buy some marijuana, but and no, don't worry, I'm not trying to buy it from you over.
I
We
know.
just got a deal going on right now. Hey,
No, you can't say like on Instagram. You can't be like, can't say like buy Instagram or like you can't put like a drug in the word buy like in the same sentence. They're like, yo, you're trying to sell
you
drugs.
can't do that.
Are you trying to like? Are you trying to get? You trying to like?
Is that against like
Get
terms of
some drugs? Because
service?
I was like, I posted on my story. I was like, yo, I kind of want to do some shrooms, something like that. Like I'm ready to do some like. What do I like? What are shrooms at or something similar around that?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, you can't do that. We're taking this down. I was like, what?
Instagram
What?
did that?
Yeah, I
Oh
was like,
my
no, dude,
god.
I wasn't, I wasn't trying to like sell it or tell someone to sell it to me. I was trying to figure out where to get it. Like,
I mean, in a sense, you are
That's what
technically trying to
I
like buy
am,
it
but
from
it's like not
someone.
like on the app, you know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
no. I
like
got you.
I thought I was being vague. That's not vague enough.
I'm just surprised Instagram said "fuck
If
you."
I said mushrooms, would they give like would it be like would they take that down too? Like what if I'm talking about like the food mushrooms?
Yeah. Yo, imagine you're a fucking gourmet chef. Yo, where do I get some mushrooms? Anyone know where I could buy some mushrooms?
We need it desperately.
Fucking
You know,
Gordon Ramsay posts some shit like that and gets taken down instantly by Instagram.
you trying to sell shrooms, buddy. I get it, but I was like, damn, okay, fuck it. But anyway,
But I was so my point is like, all right, I realistically don't think I'm gonna buy a bong. Like I don't want like to
I can
me
see yourself. Yeah,
yeah,
I
to
get
me
it.
bongs aren't that attractive. It's like something big and bulky out there. Like I know that you could also buy small ones. Like I know like the little light up ones that you could get, and those look cool as well. Obviously, I know that you could roll a blunt. I feel like that's too much work. My preferred method, and I also don't want to buy a pen because like you know,
Yeah, you need like a pin guy.
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. You don't even got to say it. I know what you're trying to say.
But I was looking at some possible like CBD gummies. I want to know your take on
Ooh,
that.
I don't know much about CBD, but I heard it is good, like really good. Again, I don't know much about it, but I heard it is a nice alternative. Some people take it compared to weed because like
Do you know if it hits
it
hard?
kind of it just goes for that calmingness and not really just like that all that other stuff. I
It,
think.
do you know if it goes
Um,
hard? Because
in
from
the
what I've,
paint,
what was that?
like go hard in the paint.
Nah, man. Like I heard like it usually takes like 30 minutes to kick in or something like that, and it's not like a really heavy high.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think it is.
Like I'm not looking
That's
for
what
like
I
a
heard.
really heavy high. You know, I'm not looking to put
No.
all that work in. I'm just looking for something simple, quick, something that will help me relax a little bit.
Yeah, most likely those are what that's what I've heard they're kind of for.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching this chef show and they cook edibles and stuff. It's on
Okay.
Netflix, I think.
What's it called?
And I don't remember, quite
Oh my
honestly.
god, bro!
It's
You want
probably some generic stoner name. Um, anyway, so like a lot of times the chef would like, put they
Breaking
would
Bad?
put like, no, they would like make the edible food, and like the next dish or like the other part of the dish or whatever it may be was like CBD to bring them like calm them down.
Mm,
Like they get really high, but the CBD would like in the next meal would like bring them down.
mm.
So I think that's like kind of like the I think it is for calming as for from the little knowledge I have of it and the observations.
Yeah.
But someone can make comment and be like, he's wrong. It actually gives you 8 arms.
Oh my god, bro! Like that's my biggest fear of like I want to buy some. Like I do you first. Okay, well, do you even know like do you need like a prescription for that? Like do you have to go to a doctor? I'm not sure.
No, I think CBD is legal, to be honest.
Okay.
I think I don't because again, it doesn't give you any high effects.
Well, that's the thing. Like I have plenty of
They
like
sell CBD everywhere.
I have plenty. I'm probably gonna have doxed myself saying this, but I have plenty of like medical marijuana places like right near my house, like in walking distance. So I'm like, I could just walk right into one, but I also don't want to look like an idiot walking into one. I'm like, hey,
Right.
where's the weed? Where's the CBD? And then
Yeah,
they're
you
like,
better go into like a non-medical marijuana facility though.
why?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I
Is
feel
it?
like they're overcharged and like, do you need a card? They might card you. Like you have a medical card for CBD. I don't know.
Uh huh.
It just depends on the place. Maybe you may be fine for CBD. I don't know anything,
Okay.
but I feel like it's better just to go to like a place that's not American. Someone may you. I don't know. Try it out. Try new things. Why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah. I just wanted to hear your take because obviously, once again, you're someone that's been doing it for at least a year. I'm someone
Yeah.
that's been doing it for 0 years, so I don't really
Yeah.
know too
Yeah. I
much
feel
about
you.
it.
Yeah, put your foot in slow. If you like, you're using it for like a specific reason.
Yeah, just to help relax.
Yeah, some people I kind of just do it because it's nice. It's like well, and afterward it is like helps your muscles, your soreness. I research everything I buy, like the name of it, and like okay, this is what it is. I pick it out specifically to like what I want to feel or like the effects I want it to bring. There's a whole thing online with everyone. That's why they say, yeah, you got to research your weed, man. You just can't buy it. That the old stoners say that I think,
Yeah.
but that's why I do it because like I don't want things that are gonna give me anxiety. I hate that type of weed. Like I get not wanting all of that shit with it. I don't even want it sometimes.
Yeah. Oh.
I get that.
Yeah, so like I said, I mean, I feel like with a bong, right? Like I to me it just takes up too much space, and like the fact that you have to like mash it up. Like I get it. You're not going to get the same effect if you don't get, like if you go with the CBD gummies, cuz obviously you're not getting like the true roll, like it's not being rolled up, or you're not cooking it, or obviously you're not mashing it up and putting it in a bong, and you're not huffing in all that air. I get that. Like I said, I'm not trying to get that high. I'm just trying to be like, all right, cool. I had a really stressful day. I just want to have some gummies, do my workout, play some video games, that kind of stuff. Like I still want to be able to do stuff and know like, hey, if I need to like go out,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be driving and I'm like really out of it. If that emergency were to ever arise, obviously don't do anything under the don't be driving under any kind of influence. But
Okay, I feel you. I know I can point you in the right direction. I know it's a great place that are like the people in there. I'm not saying like the stuff is great, it's pricey,
yeah,
but the people in there like they like help you walk through it. I've never been in a place where like they walk you through it like that. It's kind of more upscale,
yeah.
but it's nice. It's a nice experience, honestly. Especially if you're new, you're like, oh, this is nice. Like I'm treating myself, This is nice.
Where
Uh,
do you buy from a place or do you buy from a dealer?
I buy from individual of profit.
So it sounds like a dealer. Sounds like a dealer.
I won't say a dealer. I
Okay.
will say I have a companionship which leads me to illegal substance.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Have you tried anything other than marijuana? Let me ask you that.
I have. I've
Ooh.
done ecstasy.
Oh. Yeah, you
Multiple
definitely seem like the
times.
type.
But I'm kind of done with that. That
Yeah.
phase is over.
Okay.
Um, but I've microdosed a little bit at the same place I will recommend you. They got like little candy bars with it.
Oh.
Um, it was nice. I think it feels like a fluke because I smoke at the same time with it, but I get really high and I see visuals.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah. See, look, I'm not trying
I
to get
enjoy
that
it,
high. I'm not trying to get that high.
but it's not the real deal. I still want the real deal shrooms. I want to start with shrooms. I'm actually writing a script about shroom. Why am I doing this? About shrooms. Um, if for people listening, I was just doing like a weird hand thing for no reason. Like I was measuring something, but I didn't know what I was
Are
measuring.
you sure you're not like still high or something,
Dude, I
man?
don't know anymore. Yeah, but I want the real deal. I want to try acid as well. I don't want to go further than that. I know people who want to do like it all. I'm like,
Hmm.
no, dude, it's not that serious for me.
Yeah.
I would chill in Roku City.
There we go with the Roku. Does everybody legally smoke in Roku City?
People are allowed to smoke weed in Roku City.
Is it a requirement?
It is a requirement. You have to
Oh,
like everyone needs a smoke break. It's required everywhere.
fair enough.
That's actually a wonderful city. It made me happy thinking about it.
That would actually be a wonderful place.
That'd be a wonderful place. Right, literally, what could go wrong?
I mean, you could give it to someone that's gonna get like really anxious off of it, and then like, bro, oh my
Yeah,
god.
and like destroy Roku
Yeah,
City.
that's the only downside is someone going like bad shit crazy because it made them super
Yeah,
anxious.
like oh my god, the one bad side effect, and it's not even the side effect. It's the person. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
even the
just
side
your
effect.
personality.
It's
That's
like
your
God damn
personality.
it. We should. He's never allowed. He kick him out of the city.
After he's already torn down half the city, man.
Yeah, it's like fuck it.
That's the
I
one bad
saved the
thing about
city.
Roku City. The police force, man, they ain't that good.
They're bad.
They're
They're high.
all high, man. They're too high. Oh god. So Dewey, we have been streaming
Yes.
for about 2 hours and
Fuck
almost 30
yeah.
minutes, man. So I have to ask because I'm trying to figure out anything else that we need to talk about. I can't think of anything. So before I go ahead and possibly cut it off, do you have anything else that you'd like to talk about?
Um, every day is a struggling battle to be kind with myself and the world around me.
Mhm.
I understand how that is. Um, I don't know.
Mhm.
It just feels like we gotta take it step by step and figure out what the hell is going. We gotta take a risk. I gotta figure out: do I want to work with this dingleberry, or do I want to continue with my beast job? If I continue with my beast job, there's a lot more at play, and I'm just saying there's a lot of factors out there that you have to consider. But always consider yourself first, and make sure when you consider yourself, someone isn't getting hurt. It's like be kind. There's a way to there's a middle piece. To all of this, that first choice doesn't always have to be the first choice. You know, there's a lot. Read Vinland Saga. That'll help explain what I'm trying to say. It's a great book, manga series. Yeah, we're going to talk about manga. Just this one manga though.
You want to talk about it now, or you want to save it for another episode?
No, I'm just gonna recommend why I recommend it. Then I'm done.
Go for it.
So, Vinland Saga is a slow burn, but it seems like it's like this story about war, this war torn, Viking era stuff like that, with this young boy who gets torn from his family. But it's actually a very good self-help manga about self-love. He's just trying to like better himself and just work. He doesn't feel like he deserves any kind of, because he did such bad things, and it's like I related on such a personal level to that story, and I was just like, that's when I feel like, yo, I need to be nicer. Like I am nice, but like I'm not the nice I want to be, or like that I'm perceiving myself to be. So I don't know. Do a lot of reading. Do a lot of reading and like about emotions and like women. When you learn about women, you're like, oh shit, this is how women have it all figured out. They have it all figured out, dude. Trust me, just listen to them. They have the answers.
Facts.
I love women.
Facts. Oh yeah, that's for sure. You definitely love women.
Yes. Don't talk about it.
Don't worry, man. That's for a podcast for another day.
That's a jacuzzi podcast episode.
You're down to come on for another episode?
I'm down.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I'm sure this content is going to be great.
Oh,
This is fun.
I appreciate it, man. Hopefully you'll come on for another one. I want to try to go ahead and put out one every other week, so I'm going to need a lot of recurring people to come back.
Can I be a co-host?
Bro, everyone wants to be a co-host. Everyone wants to be it, so I might have to do like a rock, paper, scissors tournament.
Yeah, you might have to do rock, paper, scissors.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Or like a vote on stream. Like we have to compete. Like some like a video game tournament. Whoever wins gets to be this co-host.
Hey, yo, I can't even lie. That'd actually be fucking lit. That
would be dope.
That might actually be an idea.
Dude, see, like I'm a good co-host already.
Yeah, I'm gonna say now you're setting yourself up for co-host position, man. Oh God, Dewey. Any other things?
Right. No, that's it, man. Thanks, everybody.
Well, Dewey, before we go ahead and end the podcast, everyone does need to know, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at _Dewis, DEWIS. And I have another account, Dewey Senpai. You really don't have to follow that one. I just be venting on there. It's fun though. I talk about a lot of anime on there sometimes. So we'll do whatever. You follow me on Dewis though. I do photography.
Gotcha.
I think it's kind of cool.
Any other place that we can find you? TikTok?
Not
YouTube?
yet. Just wait for me though. I am on TikTok, but don't worry about it yet. We're gonna come back on another show when I'm more developed. These things are cooler for you. All right.
Okay.
So what's on your mic, man?
It's a sticker. It's a sticker.
Of what?
It's
cats?
Yeah, cats. Let me zoom in for you.
Oh, it's like a pink cat and a yellow cat?
Yeah.
Oh, that Naruto and
Sakura? Yeah.
Sakura. Oh, my anime senses were tingling. I was like, what is that?
Yeah, you should have asked about it, man, but you didn't ask.
I was looking at it the whole time like, what is on his mic? I thought it was Pokemon, low-key.
Close, but no cigar. So, Dewey, I gotta ask, did you finish your drink?
I did. That shit was delicious. I wish I brought two.
So, when I normally do my outro, people usually never, at least the past two guests have not finished their drink. So, I'm going to give you a proposition. You did bring and show off another drink originally.
Oh, okay.
Are you, while I do my end speech, willing to chug the remainder of the hot sauce?
I am not, because that's the family hot sauce.
Damn
I just can't be chugging it.
Oh, that would have been so good. It would have been so good. How much is the hot sauce? How much is
Now, this I will.
What is that? Oh my God. That is spick and span for everybody that's listening on the audio version.
Well, I can't chug this, man.
I got you, man.
I don't have nothing in my stomach. I think I would just die.
Oh, I kind of want to see you attempt it, but
midnight.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right, so Everyone, with that being said, if you like Dewey, make sure that you go ahead and check him out at _DEWIS and also at Dewey Senpai, both on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yes,
Perfect.
on Instagram.
See, I remembered. I paid attention.
You paid attention.
Of course. And guys, if you did enjoy, also, if you want to catch me live, make sure you go to twitch.tv/Sodacat13. We do a lot of fun, stupid stuff over there. You can catch people like Dewey, like everyone else in the community. If you're really into that, make sure you tune in. Guys, also, lastly, on top of that, make sure you go on Instagram. Hey, don't just follow him, follow me.
Follow both of us. We are usually together.
Exactly. If you're gonna get him, you're gonna get me. If you're gonna get me, you're gonna get him.
Deal, baby.
This is the mayor. This is the president of Roku City. Okay.
I'm the mayor. There's no president.
My bad. He's the mayor of Roku City. Put some respect on his name. Make sure that you drop a follow.
Yeah.
But
bye,
guys. With that being said, for now, have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night. Stay safe.
I love that part.
Thank you, man.